Actually, this is better.
Hey, is Simply Floors have a live? Can you make sure they're on the schedule? It should be a 30-second live. It's a little different.
We're up. I know. I think they tie it around there so it doesn't go. Someone can't do it a long ways away. I think that's what they do.
Lordy, Tom's getting a new eyeball today, man.
To be able to take it out, show us.
He got his new. He got one 3 weeks ago. Or no, it's been more than that. Hell, he waited way too long than most people.
All right, I have to run out of the show.
Full lens replacement.
Yeah, I had a friend that had that working really well.
Man, this thing focuses far close. You should never need bifocals.
Yeah.
Never need anything.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it, but man, it's one of these things. I bet if I wait, I don't need bifocals yet. So therefore, I bet if I waited 3 or 4 years, magnification, I mean, true bionics will probably be there.
Probably right.
Or we can call you the bionic me.
Wouldn't that be cool? You could just zoom in.
And we'll call you Marky Mark in the fancy eye instead of fancy.
I would love a bionic eye. I wonder what that would do for privacy laws too, because if you use what do they call it? A telephoto?
Telephoto lens?
The telephoto lens or whatever it's called. Can zoom in, like if you're a paparazzi and zoom in. I mean, you can't do that. If it's a normal shot, you can do it. But if you have a bionic eye, how the hell does that work? Come on, Mark, you know the answers to these.
I don't think they'll let it focus like that far.
Or
I
maybe
think
I don't
it'll
know.
be more
Maybe the X-ray
reflective of
vision.
a real eye.
X-ray vision! Dan's got it. Hey, what are you looking at? Nothing.
Oh.
Hey, I'll tell you this. When we went through the airport, I guarantee those machines you go through now see everything. Those things are unbelievable. They look like
You know what
they
my
look like
dad
something
said?
out of Star Wars.
My dad says if you see something you haven't seen before, shoot it.
Drew, were they on? Did you see it? Jesus.
Kyle's emailed once since the last time saying it was going to be on, and I don't see it.
Apple Legend battery. You'll get a prepaid discount by mail worth $15.
Oh, no, you can't adjust that. That screws me off mine. I take the finger on there.
Wow.
So, is it loud?
It was really loud. Now it's just broken up. Yeah, it's loud. But
Welcome to the show. As you know, this is the only show of its kind. What do? We solve problems. We answer questions. We make your life a little bit better, and more importantly, we get directly involved with your life to try to make it better. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. This is the place to call. And I got to tell you something. Listen to this. Tom's been doing this over 38 years. That's just in the Denver metro area. Listen to this number. Over $100 million, arguably. $200 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, good services. I can't even calculate how much money we sold just if you listen to the show. It's very simple. Tom's getting a new eyeball today. A new lens, at least. He's out at Icon. He had one done probably, I want to say 2 or 3 months ago, Suzanne. I mean, he waited forever to get the second one done. So people are always saying,
I don't know what you're talking about, Mark.
when did he get his lens done, his last lens, Tom?
Oh, I can't. I think it was.
It's been months.
Yeah, like December or something, wasn't it?
I have no idea why he waited so long.
Oh, I don't know.
But he's getting it today. And the funny part is last time they put him under. By the way, Mark Trenner in studio with me. Mark, you said a buddy of yours got this lens surgery done, right? This new stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So they
I thought that they used to have to take it from a cadaver and put it in, but apparently they're all synthetic.
No, a cadaver. He's going to have a cow eyeball. That would be crazy. But listen to this. I think they're going to have a bionic eye in the next 4 or 5 years, so I'm waiting. I don't need bifocals
They already
yet.
have Google Glasses, right?
Yeah, you know, they never took off, though, did they?
That.
Hey, did you see the new Apple Watch, Mark? It's going to be released in September. I just read about it on CNBC this morning. And guess what you don't need in order to make phone calls or text?
Your phone?
Your phone. I always wondered why anybody would buy one of these things, because your phone had to be there. So the new one will have a SIM card built in. You know what Apple's going to do? They're going to jack the price up probably $500 though.
Sure.
They're very good at that.
Yeah, it makes sense, though. Those SIM cards are so small. Why not?
By the way, once again, that's Mark Trenner's voice you hear. And Mark does, he's a patent attorney. In fact, he's us-patentattorney.com. But you do trademarks, you do patents. What else do you do?
Copyrights. Licensing, intellectual property law agreements.
Suzanne and I were talking about something, and I promise I'll get to the phones. Wendy, Paula, Ben, Josh, everybody, I promise I'll get there. But I've got to bring this up, because I can't figure out for the life of me why you would do this. So, Suzanne, what are the kids' names? It's a couple singers. They put a trademark on their kids' names. Who is it?
It's Beyonce and Jay-Z.
And what are the kids' names?
It is, I think it's, I'm looking, Mark. I didn't have it pulled up right away.
Why
Rumi Carter.
Rummy?
Rumi or Rummy. I'm not sure.
Why would you trademark a name, Mark? Why? Why in a million years? What good could that do? Mine's Mark with a C. Can I trademark that and then no other Mark can use it?
You can if you're famous.
Only if you're famous.
Yeah, you have to be famous. You have to prove fame behind it.
You have to.
You do. And not only that, you also have to prove that you're using it in connection with sale of goods or services.
So why would they
trademark it and say nobody can name another person, whatever Suzanne said the name?
Mark and Mark. It's Rummy and Sir Carter.
Yeah, you can still name your kid that. It's just that they're trademarking those names in connection with the sale of goods and services.
What are they going to be?
I told you, Mark, I was right.
So you think they're going to be selling what?
I just think they
My
can
God, they were just
their
born.
names when
I actually
older.
pulled it up and I looked, and they have a whole list. I'll get it up here for the next time we talk about it. But
you mean there's
a whole list.
So, like, let's say a clothing line.
Clothing line, fragrances, all sorts.
So therefore, if I wanted a clothing line called Rummy or Roomy or whatever the name is.
Things that celebrities put their names behind. There's a whole list. I'll pull it up here in a little bit and tell you some of
Well, we've had this conversation before. If my last name was McDonald's, could I open a restaurant called McDonald's?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so what's the problem? Can I sell hamburgers?
Yeah, you just don't want to put the big arches.
I can't do the big golden arch?
Yeah.
There was a show that at Coming to America, they had a McDougal's.
Right.
And the McDougal's had everything.
Right.
And everything McDonald's had, McDougal's had, but it was a little different.
Yeah.
So, but you can't do that,
That
correct?
wouldn't work, no.
No way. See, I don't get it.
The standard is whether the consuming public would be confused.
Whether
so especially things like
the consuming public is generally confused.
Well, especially on things like fast food where you're spending a couple bucks, you're not putting a whole lot of thought into it. It's not like a house where you're spending a couple $100,000 where you're actually thinking about it before you make the purchase. So the less money you spend, the quicker you make the purchase, the more impulse purchase it is, the higher the likelihood of confusion, and so you're going to have broader protection there.
So, but that's what you have to prove if it becomes an issue.
That's right.
And that's do you actually do litigation,
I don't
Mark?
do litigation. I mean, you do one or the other. You either litigate and you're in court all day, or you do the prosecution side.
So what happens if a, I don't know, a trademark that you did for somebody, someone was infringing on it, what would you do? You would hire...
Yeah, have other attorneys
that you would refer them to.
That's right.
That's pretty expensive, though, isn't it?
Yeah, litigation attorneys are. I mean, for a trademark infringement suit, you're probably talking about a retainer in the tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh my goodness!
Just to get started.
Just to get moving. So you better, it better be worth it.
That's right.
Very curious. Okay, any questions anybody has? Mark Turner will be with us today. And by the way, once again, us-patentattorney.com. And I've said this before, Mark, there's no purpose, you know, on TV late night and stuff while I'm watching old episodes of Seinfeld or King of Queens or whatever I'm watching, George Foreman will come out and he's pushing some. Is it Foreman or is it the other guy? They'll come out,
I've seen those.
and it's the inventor's guide or ideas, send away for your free one.
Right.
By the time they go through that process, they're just lead generators, where you're the actual attorney.
Well, I mean, so they'll still have to work with an attorney to get a patent filed.
That's what I'm saying. So you're going through a middleman. Who cares?
Yeah, go direct to the patent attorney.
Yeah. All right, folks. 303-713-8255. Ben has a question about royalties. Go ahead, Ben.
Hey, Mark. What has happened, we didn't realize that we own some property in North Dakota.
Okay.
And there's 4 relatives. Each has 5 acres. Now, the attorney has contacted all 4 of us, and they're going to send some type of form that we will release them to go ahead and dig, is my understanding. Now, if they find the coal, how do we know what the royalties are, and would they...
So you're telling me you guys own the mineral rights on this? You own 5 acres altogether? It sounds like there's 20. Do I have that right?
Yes, you do. There's 20 acres.
So, but you guys actually own what's in the ground? I mean, that's a little unusual.
Well, no, we own the acreage.
Yes.
and whatever is in the ground.
So you do. You own mineral rights.
Right.
So, okay, that's great. So what's your question?
Well, my question is, let's say, for example, how do we know if there's royalties? How do we know they're going to be legitimate payments?
Well, I mean, you're going to have a contract with them, and if you're going to do business with them, I assume you want to do business with someone that's honest, but there's going to be a contract drawn up for X amount or whatever the contract says. And, I mean, they need to stick to the contract. If they don't, and you can prove that they don't, I mean, I don't know how you say, let's pretend it was oil, coal, whatever you're talking about. I don't know how, when I get a report each quarter or each year saying whatever they took out of there, times whatever X percentage you get or whatever the royalties are, I guess you could send someone else in there that does similar things to go through and audit them. I mean, Mark, have you dealt with this?
Yeah, I mean, this is similar to when you license your patent or you license your trademark to somebody. You do get audit rights, and that's part of the contract. And even if you're not sophisticated enough to go in there and figure this out, there's companies that can help and
you can send someone in.
Read the meters or whatever.
It's almost like if you're a landlord and you got the right, you give your tenant some notice to go in and inspect the property.
Yeah, and there's usually something saying you can inspect the books once a year or so.
Ben, do you have to go with this one company? I mean, is there other people knocking at your door?
Well, I'm not sure, Mark. That was the other question. But this attorney, we did check into him in North Dakota, and he's very reputable. And I'm not sure how many companies up there are digging for coal, if it's just one or more.
Yeah, you might want to call around, or whoever is representing the entire 20 acres call around and see if you can get, you know, whatever the best deal out there is, man.
Okay, well, I think you've answered my question, Mark.
All right, have a good day, sir. I appreciate that. 303-713-8255. Lord have mercy. What's this follow-up, Suzanne? The 17K.
This one makes me so mad, Mark.
What is it?
Well, it's Kevin Nigel down in Pueblo. So Josh hired him to do some work to finish a building that was framed when he bought the property. Gave Kevin $17,000, and he got spray paint marks for it. And Dan's going to put pictures up. He was making payments to Josh.
Literally, all he did was...
Makes me so mad. Just spray paint marks.
Does this happen to be the guy I heard you talking to on speakerphone last week?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
And he was, I've made a couple payments back to this guy. I don't want any trouble.
We've got $3,000 of the $17,000 back, but now he's saying, you know how the economy is. Tom Martino should know. Business is slow for construction. I don't have any work.
I cannot believe, and I heard this, folks. I heard this deadbeat, in my opinion, say this. So let's do this. I want to take a break. After we take a break, we're going to come back. We're going to talk to Josh, who got okey-doked by this guy. And I got to tell you something, folks. Well, I'm not going to say anything till we get back, but I'll tell you a good guy I want to talk about. Frank Duran, the real estate man. Suzanne's used him. I've used him. Tom's used him. Tom's wife's used him. Dan would use him. My God, everybody I know would use him. When you think of a realtor, I want you to think of Frank Duran, the real estate man. There's so many reasons to think of Frank, I can't even tell you. Like, he's probably the best negotiator out there. He's a Hall of Famer with RE/MAX. And I got to tell you this, too. I know everybody listening, or most people know a realtor. Don't get stuck with some in-law or someone that doesn't know how to sell or buy the house for the right price. Call Frank now. 303-920-1622. That's his number. You call up, you talk to Frank, okay? He's got a great team, but he personally deals in every single transaction. Frank Duran, the real estate man, 303-920-1622.
This report is brought to you by LL Bean. There's a couple of crashes to watch out for on I-70 right now. There's that big one involving a semi and two cars blocking the left lanes westbound I-70 after Havana. Backups all the way to about Pena Boulevard at this time. Another crash on I-70, this one eastbound at I-270. That's got traffic backed up to Colorado. Off-highway, a crash being cleared at Orchard east of Parker Road. The weather forecast, mostly sunny this morning. About a 30% chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high near 84 tonight. Thunderstorm chances continue in the overnight hours with a low of 56. Right now, mostly cloudy and 70. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
At LL Bean, every school year is a new adventure. And now you can get 20% off book packs, kids' clothing, and more of the stuff every student needs. Visit LL Bean at Park Meadows today.
Need a new roof? Call Excel Roofing at 303-761-6400.
Lynn and Michelle, the sisters from Brothers Plumbing, Heating, and Electric.
Nice shades.
I know, right? Keeping with that cool motif here at Brothers.
Summer's not done, so it's a perfect time to call Brothers.
A summer checkup for your home air conditioner is definitely a cool thing when that monthly power bill arrives.
Plus, we guarantee that your system won't break down.
And that's way cool. When you keep your system calibrated and cleaned, it just runs easier.
And then you can really chill.
Brothers Plumbing, Heating, and Electric.
Online at brothersplumbing.com.
Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Let's talk about how you can help home buyers.
We have a number of programs. They're all free. Whether it's our Ideal Home Purchase Plan that is an all-encompassing roadmap to buying your next home, whether it's our 3-week closing guarantee where we underwrite and approve your loan up front, our home buyer scouting report where you search for your next home, every one of these tools is designed to get you as much home for your payment as possible, and more importantly, plan through this process so that we have you ready to go so that when we find the house that works for you, you can close and close quickly without overpaying.
You know, Brent, what I love is that Ideal Home Loans is a mortgage company, but helping home buyers. And in this market, we need all the help we can get. And all they have to do is log on to idealhomeloans.com. And I'm telling you, it's amazing, this home scouting report. And you even have something to help new home buyers get ready to buy. Idealhomeloans.com for your next Ideal Home Loan, 303-867-7000. Also on my referral list at referralist.com.
If you have an IRS or state tax issue, don't fall for claims that somebody can get you out of paying most, if not all, of your back taxes. Those cases are rare. It's not unusual to get in a bad situation with the IRS, but don't let other commercials fool you. The IRS rarely makes wild write-offs, so keep your expectations realistic and still get the best possible deal by using Heartland Tax Solutions. Call them right now at 303-996-6006 or go online, heartlandtaxsolutions.com.
80% of Fortune 500 companies lease their vehicles because that's the smart financial move. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky from my friends at Alliance Leasing, who can help you save time and money and more money, and have been doing just that for Colorado businesses for more than 20 years. Alliance Leasing will get you into your fleet vehicles with all the upfit you need at the lowest delivered price. I'm a finance guy, and to me the choice of leasing with Alliance is the obvious one for your business. Learn more at alliance.lease. That's right, just type alliance.lease. Alliance Leasing, your key to the perfect fleet.
New. We all love new. And now there's a new version of the iHeartRadio app. It's not an update. It's an upgrade. All your favorite music and live radio stations are easier to find, getting you closer to the music you love with just a tap.
This is Angus Young from AC/DC on iHeartRadio.
Breathe in that new app smell. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free. Go to your app store and get the new iHeartRadio app now.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money
to the IRS, almost $15,000. Eric called Optima Tax Relief. When Optima Tax got involved, the calls were stopped.
Wink and wink.
It was easy like 1, 2, 3. Optima Tax Relief took care of Eric's problem. And now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything. Call Optima.
Actually, I'm not going to do Genesis today. They are slammed. This guy's contractor says it's slow.
Oh, it's baloney because Colorado Springs is in constant building right now. In fact, we had a guy contact us about them building this humongous apartment complex in their backyard and trying to get them on. And they didn't put up any barriers or anything, so all the animals and bugs and everything are coming to their neighborhood.
It's just me.
Man, that sounded like some cheesy commercial, not bumper music. My God, Drew, what is that? I never heard of anything like that. You're like stuck in a different zone. I don't know what this is.
There's a guy who listens to Metallica constantly. Like they're still good.
Like they're still good. My God, they sold out the, Invesco. Or, no, I'm sorry. Whatever it's called now. The Broncos Stadium. All right, 303-713-8255. When one drops off, I will definitely let you know. Josh, so this guy comes out. Do we have the pictures up, Suzanne, or Dan, Deputy Dan? Are the pictures up? That is affirmative. They're getting put up. This guy came out, and that's all they did. If you go to Facebook.com, you can see our live feed. You can see these pictures. Honest to God, Josh, all they did was put these spray paint lines.
Yes.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay. So you called in, we called him, we've gotten him to refund you 2 payments of $1,500 each month. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
And what he, and I heard this Friday when we were leaving, this guy calls in, he talks to Suzanne, he basically says business is slow. Can you imagine that? I'd like to hear one other contractor tell me how business is slow right now. That is the most ridiculous lie ever. But what this guy was basically saying is he did not make his payment this month, correct?
Correct.
Now, Suzanne, did he also say that he wasn't sure if he could make the payment this month or next month?
He's not sure when he can make another payment and doesn't know if it will be for the $1,500 that he promised me on June 22nd that he would send to Mr. Owens every month.
And this is Kevin Nigel, and he's with A Quality Roof and Remodeling, right?
Yes.
All right. So, Josh, I got to ask you this. What would you like me to do at this point? Because, personally, if it was me, I'd want to go after this guy. In fact, I'd want to get the police department involved because you know what? If he took 17 grand, he is supposed to hold that in trust. It's called the Colorado's Trust Act, Contractors Trust Act. If he's not holding it in trust for you, using it for your project, he's breaking the law. Yes, Suzanne?
Josh already contacted the police, and they told him it was a civil matter, Mark.
Well, that's fine. We've got connections down there. What county is it, Josh?
Pueblo County.
God, Pueblo, my God, that's like corruption USA.
Yikes.
Oh, my God, every time we even talk about what's going on in Pueblo, it's crazy. You know what, though? It's up to you, Josh. You want to give this guy more time, or you want me to start talking about him, if you will?
We can go, what kind of options do we have as far as...
well, you're going to end up taking him to court. I mean, that's it.
Okay.
You're going to end up taking him to court. In fact, we have an attorney, Mark Kranak, that could possibly help us out with this, but here's the problem. I mean, this guy took $17,000. He did absolutely nothing but put some spray paint on whatever's there, and you can see that on our Facebook. But, I mean, the guy's probably got no money. I don't know if he's got a drug habit. I don't know if he's an alcoholic. I don't know what the guy does. I don't know what happened to the 17 grand. But he was threatening Friday. He was threatening like this, oh, but I might go bankrupt if he gets upset and you guys do this or that. I might have to go bankrupt. Well, guess what? Guess what, Kevin Nigel? Guess what, buddy? You can't get rid of a debt like that. You know why? Because you broke the law. You did not hold his money in trust, and you were supposed to. Therefore, if we did an adversary hearing during your bankruptcy, even if you have money to file bankruptcy, Kevin, guess what? You're not going to be able to write off money you stole. And in my opinion, that's exactly what you did, Kevin Nigel. You stole Josh's money. And it's not right, Mr. Nigel. And your little crap on the phone the other day. In fact, Suzanne, before I give his number out, for our listeners to call him up and see what's going on, let's try to reach out to this person and see if he'll come on and talk to me.
I'll call him now.
Call him right now. Thank you. And Josh, hold on, okay?
Okay.
Josh, did you get, what was this guy going to do for you anyhow?
He was supposed to finish my garage. And when I got the property, the outside was framed, and then he was supposed to complete it for me. But
all he did was literally all he did was spray paint a couple of X's.
Yes.
See, and you know what, Pueblo needs to get involved with this. I'm going to do everything I can. In fact, let's find out if this guy doesn't want to come on, Nigel. Let's find out where he lives. This would be a good one. Let's just go find this guy. Let's go confront him on video and see why he's ripping people off. Yeah, that's my opinion, Kevin. In my opinion, I can say whatever I want. Hold tight, Josh. I mean, Mark, what would you do? Well, first of all, most people aren't going to give 17 grand up front, but I'm not here to bash Josh right now, okay? But anybody listening, my God, don't give cash up front. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And I forgot, where did you find this guy, Josh?
What's that?
Where did you find this character?
He was referred to me by an automotive company down here in Pueblo.
Is he in cahoots with this automotive company? Is it like a brother? I mean, is there a relation there?
I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know why you would refer to somebody, why you would refer somebody that's not going to do the job.
It's amazing. I don't know why you would either. What's the name of the automotive company?
Arc Automotive.
Did they do okay for you?
I've never used them. I found out about him The guy that's running that place, his dad actually did some paint work for me. He painted my house, and everything was good. And so that's kind of how.
My God, Josh, you got to check contractors out. I mean, you go to referrallist.com and use ours, you're not going to have these problems. But I'm not going to turn this into a commercial for Referral List. But regardless of who you use, you don't pay up front or use a credit card. But hold on. Suzanne, I saw you hang up. Did you talk to Mr. Nigel at A Quality Roof and Remodeling? A Quality. A Quality is what this
That's
guy...
right.
How about A Ripoff? How about A... I won't even... Just keep going.
So I left him a message. He didn't answer. I told him why we were calling, that Josh was on to talk about the missing payments, and we wanted to get his side.
Let's give him a minute to call back.
Okay.
But Kevin Nigel down there, A Quality Roof and Remodel. Did we record his his line of BS he was given Friday?
In the middle of it, I said to myself, I better be recording this, so I had it.
Let's find some highlights where he's talking about bankruptcy and how slow it is in the industry. Let's find some highlights of that conversation with this dirtbag. Yeah, Kevin, in my opinion, you're a dirtbag. A 100% dirtbag. You took 17 grand from this guy. We don't go away either, Kevin. We don't go away there, Mr. Nigel. I will do anything in my power to help this guy recoup some more money. You know, really nice you gave him 2 payments of $1,500, but then to call up and threaten bankruptcy, to say it's slow, and all contractors know that, you're insane. So you're a liar as well, Kevin. You actually told us, and we'll find it and play it back, how slow it is in construction right now. Are you kidding? Do you not live in Colorado? Mr. A Quality Roof and Remodeling? Kevin Nigel. Folks, beware of this guy. Just beware. And if you live in Colorado Springs and this phone number shows up, 719-369-1814. 719-369-1814. So if you live in Colorado Springs or anywhere, Pueblo, anywhere, and this number comes up, 719-369-1814 on your caller ID, don't even answer it, because there's a good chance he's going to try to swindle you. In my opinion, there's a damn good chance Kevin Nigel will try to swindle you. Meantime,
most expensive spray paint marks I've ever seen.
$17,000. Mark, what do you do with something like this? I mean, all you can do is yell at the guy who's threatening bankruptcy, which he can't do.
Well, really, he does need to talk to a lawyer, because this is out of small claims court, and there's statute of limitations.
I know. It's going to be county court is what? That, it might, well, no, because he already got 3 back, so actually he's right there. I think it's 15, maybe 17. What's the amount? Do you know?
It's I don't know the exact amount, but I don't think it's that high.
I think it's around. No. Small claims is $7,500.
Oh, county court. Yeah,
15, sure. I think it's right around there. Let's see if we can get Cranack involved in this too. But let's see if Kevin calls back. Let's try him again. Try that 719-369-1814. We'll be back right after these messages.
Or
District court. District court. And how much is it to do that? Do you have to have a lawyer with that?
You don't have to. I mean, you can get
crazy not to
Supreme Court without one. But yeah, you're crazy.
Once you get into small claims, you don't have a lawyer.
District court.
You can.
Maybe you can.
I'm almost positive it's $15,000.
No, the defendant can have a lawyer if the plaintiff has a lawyer.
Okay.
In small claims, I think that's the way it goes.
Can we go on? Can I do his commercial right now?
Joe is extremely difficult to get a hold of.
Okay, I'll just do it. I'll do it live.
You want me to get a hold of him?
No, he doesn't. I mean, it's usually not alive, right?
And I'm getting this food truck call up. The owner of the company's coming on, okay?
If you can get Joe on, yes, I would love to talk about him right now, because this guy's going to need a criminal attorney.
Even half the time without changing one penny of your spending habits. Need access to your equity for cash out to pay off debt? Make that long-needed home improvement? But just take that vacation.
Oh, come on. Where the hell is my...
Well, you'll receive a $300 gift card for any closed loan. Use at Home Depot, Bed Bath & Beyond, or Lowe's. And the opportunity for $1,000 cash. 3 days in Breckenridge for a...
Man, our office I was sweating bullets down there. Why? It's like the AC was off. Are you guys hot or no? And yesterday was even worse.
No, I'm dressed for them. I have my own private summers.
Like your own private what?
Summers.
If you can't get them, let me know, because I'm going to do a spot coming back.
I have a fan you can borrow, Mark.
Yeah.
A little hand fan. You can fan yourself.
Our house is been above 70 degrees all summer.
It's been crazy. Crazy cool.
And I don't run, we don't even run our AC over.
Do you know,
You have a whole house fan?
I don't even run that, because it stays at 70 degrees.
Really?
We're up in Evergreen.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So ours,
He lives on the other side of the tracks.
Our chair does that. I don't know why. Freaks me out. So I'm okay until about 3 in the afternoon when the sun gets on this side, and I have my whole back wall of the house is wide open. Big French doors and big windows. And so it can get hot. But when we moved in, I said, don't we have a fan that can circulate the air? No, I remember them saying no. So all this year, 7 years, I didn't know there was a fan, and my husband finally goes, well, why aren't we running the fan? I go, what?
Like the attic fan?
Yeah, that circulates the air.
Yeah,
so we turn that on, and you don't have to turn the air conditioning on.
Yeah.
You turn the air conditioning on for maybe an hour, then turn the fan on, and then it goes.
I was going to do that, and then we moved into I was going to install one of those, and we moved into our house and never got hot enough.
Yeah, you up there, you're in your own little ecosystem up there.
I wish you'd get one. 75 would feel better.
Does anybody got air conditioning up there?
You have AC, don't
They
you?
actually put AC on our house, but I've never turned it on.
Oh, you actually have.
Oh, because you built it, right? Or you added it?
No, the builder put it on.
Yeah, okay.
But we've been there 8 years, but I've never run it.
Has it been close?
No, it gets 88.
Right, it might hit 80 one
Yeah, I don't
time.
think it ever hit 80. Probably 76, 78 is getting hot in our house.
This has been the craziest summer.
But it was hot earlier down here.
It's so green up there. Usually the grass dies off by now. But
Green Mountain's still green.
That's usually ground by
Yeah, exactly.
I like this Aurora Ortho guy.
I hope it does. We've got that concert on Labor Day, Monday. Hope it doesn't-
Labor Day's not Monday.
Monday the 4th.
Oh, yeah. Say, man, I
You're
gotta
jumping up here.
You guys need to make sure you come.
We'll be in now.
No, it's not till 4. You'll be home.
Yeah. I'm gonna drive back from Aspen and head directly over there.
That's right. Just come
What are
back.
you, crazy? Who's the concert? Is it Metallica? Is it Metallica? If it's
Maybe.
Metallica, I'll be there.
He's the opening band. That's just the
That's
opening
right.
band.
The accidentals.
I already pulled Lazera.
Yeah, there's some expensive spray paint on it.
That's a ripoff, man. The guy is a complete... You should... Were you able to pull up some good quotes from that recording of that dirtbag?
I should have brought my iPad today. I didn't even think about it.
Go see if... Daff, go see if she needs some help, because I really want her pulling up some of his little snidbits.
What the hell is he playing?
Is this Eddie Murphy when he did the Axel F?
No, not even close.
Sounds like it. Sounds like a complete ripoff. Hey, Mark, this song sounds just like an Eddie Murphy song he did way back in the day. Is there copyright on music?
Oh, there's definitely copyright on music. That's what makes them so valuable.
But you have to... My understanding is the second you do it, because if I write down
it's
something...
automatically copyright, but for $35, you may as well get the registration, and there's a whole lot of legal things that go along with that. If you want to sue somebody over copyright, you have to register it.
You have to register it. But if you just write a poem, for example...
Yeah, it's automatically copyright.
It's automatically.
You can file a copyright application.
What if two people write something very similar? Let's go back to music.
Yeah, as long as it's independently derived, that's okay. Copywriting prevents or protects against copying, not against somebody independently deriving it.
All right, I got to go to Joe Lazare. He's on our referrallist.com, and I got to ask you something, Joe. So, Joe, follow me down the road here for a second. This character, this bad actor, in my opinion, Kevin Nigel. He's with, by the way, A Quality Roof and Remodeling. and he basically took $17,000, Joe, from this poor guy, Josh, and all he didn't return, he was going to finish the guy's garage, all he didn't return, and I kid you not, is take a can of spray paint and spray how many X's? Like 2 X's. That's all he did. Took $17,000 up front, okay, and then basically never showed up again. He's made a couple payments back to this guy after we got involved to the tune of $3,000, 2 $1,500 payments. We agreed to pull the dogs off if he made monthly payments. Then we get a call Friday from this dirtbag. Once again, that's my opinion. And this dirtbag actually says, hey, the construction business is very slow right now, which is a complete lie, and blah, 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 I can't make a payment, and I don't know if I'll be able to make a payment. And we, of course, recorded, and we got some tidbits. So, Joe, being the best criminal attorney I know of in the Denver metro area, how much would you charge to actually help this guy out that ripped this other guy off? Would it cost more than $14,000 generally a case? And the reason I'm asking you, Joe, because I know Kevin's listening right now, and I know Kevin's going to need a good criminal attorney because, in my opinion, he's a big fat thief. So, Joe, what do you think?
I'm shocked he hasn't been charged. I mean, you got 2 different issues. He could be charged criminally and then obviously sued, and, you know, there may even be a replevant action out there.
It's crazy. He took this guy's money. He's supposed to hold it in trust. Now, the fact that he's made 2 payments back to him, that doesn't do anything. You know what he did in this recording, too, Friday, Joe? He actually basically threatened to go bankrupt. But he doesn't understand that's just an adversary hearing inside the bankruptcy, and bam, any judge in his right mind is going to see that he broke the Colorado Contractors Trust Act. Go ahead, Suzanne. Listen to this, Joe.
I can play this video. Listen.
Not being able to pay them or anything else, and I don't want to do that. And I'm sure Mr. Martino knows that's not a good thing, you know. I mean, I don't want to be pushed to that by any means.
He doesn't want to be pushed to bankruptcy.
I have no plans on doing that. I'm not making a threat or any.
Pause that. So Joe, you get the idea. Basically, and we've got the whole thing. He's basically threatening to go bankruptcy if we try to get on it. So honestly, though, Joe, what I really want to know, and I'm serious, folks, Joe is the best criminal attorney I know. In fact, if you're in trouble, your kids ever get in trouble, DUI, I mean, you name it, Joe is the best, and you need representation, absolutely. But Joe, to defend somebody like this, let's just think of the adversary hearing through the bankruptcy. That could easily be $10,000 for him to get an attorney there. And then on top of that, the criminal charges when the cops come down on him for ripping this guy off. How much would that cost?
Oh, well, in excess of probably the 17. I mean, you're probably looking 20 to 30 grand. Plus, he's probably going to have to post a bond to bail out.
What do you think his top could be? In other words, let's say the judge throws the book at this guy, and he does have priors, by the way. We ran, I'm not going to get into what they were, but let's just say assault, I don't know, I forget, so I'm just kind of paraphrasing here, but they weren't great. So my question is, if he has priors, they throw the book at him, $17,000, is that grand larceny? What is that?
Well, it's clearly a felony, so I mean, he's definitely looking at prison time, DOC time.
That's insane. Hey, Joe, I really appreciate the advice on that, but I got to ask you a couple other things. When we talk about DUIs, if someone gets pulled over for a DUI, you know, we've got, what is it, Labor Day's coming up. We've got a holiday coming up. I think it's on the 4th of next month. If someone gets pulled over, in all seriousness, man, and they are requested to take a breathalyzer, should they take a breathalyzer? And if they don't take it, my understanding is they lose their license automatically, right?
Yeah, so typically when you're looking, they invoke the Colorado Express Consent Law, choice between a blood test and a breath test. If you take that test and it's a first offense, you're looking at a potential 9-month revocation. Ooh. You're eligible for early reinstatement. If it's a refusal, for first refusal, it's at least a year. For second, it's 2 years, and on and on. So the penalties for refusals are much more severe.
So if someone got in trouble, whether they actually drank and they shouldn't have, and they were driving, or let's say marijuana or anything else, and they get in trouble, there's a couple things. My understanding is it's not just the criminal aspect, but DMV actually has a hearing. So if you do the breathalyzer, there's still a chance on the DMV hearing that you could help the guy or the girl save the license, right?
Absolutely, and that's the one thing that we really concentrate on is how do we protect your license? Because for a lot of people, that's more important than the criminal side. Because
that's the work. That's getting to work. That's paying the mortgage. That's doing everything. Folks, I got to tell you, if you get in trouble criminally, you've got to call Joe Lazare, and I'm going to give his phone number out. But, Joe, once again, I appreciate it, man, and I hope Kevin out there. I'm going to give Kevin your number right now. Joe Lazare is at 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. Joe, I appreciate every time you can make time to come on, man.
You bet, man. Good.
Thanks. I got to tell you, it's insane, folks. Joe Lazare is a great guy, though. Absolutely great guy. And Kevin Nigel with A-Quality Roof and Remodel. I hope you wrote his number down because you're going to need it when I get through with you, buddy. And when the cops get through you, and when everybody else does. Because I got to tell you, I think you're a complete ripoff. And I'm going to try to calm down. Let's free up Josh right now. He knows where we're at. And we'll come back. Hopefully we can recoup some more of his $17,000. And folks in Colorado Springs or Pueblo, if you know this guy, Kevin Nigel, I'd like to find him and just talk to him and get some video of him. And he's at 719-369-1814. Maybe just ask him if he'd come down to the studio, or I can meet him in Colorado Springs. Whatever works. I'd like to talk to him and figure out a payment plan for this poor guy that he ripped off, in my opinion. 303-713-8255. This one's crazy. So, Deputy Dan, who wants to explain this? Deputy Dan, you've been working on it.
You're talking about the food truck.
The food truck. So here's what happens. Michelle buys a food truck, right?
Right.
Brand new.
Brand new from Denver.
So what do? They take like a van and convert it?
Trailer.
Okay, so they take a trailer. So there's no engine. They pull this thing.
That's correct.
Okay, so they take it, they put windows in it, they put a stove in it, a refrigerator, they turn it into a kitchen.
Right. There's no heat in it. It was just cooling.
So how much did she spend on this thing?
Michelle, $33,000, right?
So, Michelle, you spent $33,000.
Yes.
Okay, so why did you first call? What was the main problem?
Well, because when we picked the trailer up, we went through our first event and apparently squeaked by, and we came out to Virginia where our business partners were at and had it looked over because there were a couple things that we noticed with it. And come to find out, it will not pass inspection in any state, and it is requiring now another $10,000 to have it brought up to code.
And help me out here and help the listeners out. When you say won't pass inspection, are you referring to what inspection? From the food, the food people, or the health department,
yes.
Or are you talking a DMV inspection?
It's the health department coupled with...
And why won't it pass?
The fire department. Because they put in a residential window, which is not legal to be driven. It's also not safe for food.
Oh.
And then our plumbing leaks. We don't have a gray water system. None of our equipment is secured.
So in order for it to pass, the health department, let's say in Denver, what things need to be done on this? You said the window has to be a certain kind of window. It can't be a home window. What else?
We need to have a whole new water system put in. We need to have a gray water system put into place to where our gray water empties appropriately, not out onto the ground.
Okay.
Our equipment needs to be secured.
And how much do you think all this would cost?
Well, the quote we have right now for the place that we dropped the trailer off is $10,000, just over $10,000.
To get it so it'll pass most health departments?
Yes.
Okay, now I got to ask you this. I mean, this is the most important part to me. And by the way, Rudy, who's the owner of Denver Custom Food Truck, who built this truck, is on, and we're going to talk to him real soon here. But I got to ask you, Michelle, in the contract, I mean, did you specify all these things? Or is your contention the fact that he builds these things he should have known?
Both. As far as the window is, our contract states that we were to have been provided a concession window, not a residential window.
Okay. And what does he say about that? And I'm going to talk to him, but what does Rudy say when you say, hey, right here in the contract, you set a concession window, and this is a house window?
He said that we didn't want to spring for the concession window, so that's why he put the residential window in.
But the contract says it's in there.
Yes.
Dan, do we have a copy of this contract?
No, we didn't have a copy of the contract. Michelle didn't have it.
Michelle, you don't have a copy of the contract?
Just got back from vacation. Did you send it here?
I sent it to you.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get a copy of that. Here's what I want to do. I want to give Rudy, the owner of the food truck, all the time in the world because I love when businesses come on. So I want to put you on hold. You hold tight. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. I want to talk about Wink and Wink real quick. It's a husband and wife team, Mike and Gigi Wink. They're bankruptcy attorneys. In fact, Kevin Nigel, you might want to write this number down. So the first one you want to write down, by the way, Kevin, is Joe Lazare, the criminal attorney. Then I want you to take Wink and Wink's number, because even though you can't write off in a bankruptcy money you stole, you're still going to need a bankruptcy attorney by the time everything's done. So write this down, and they're great. I got to tell you, Kevin, you'll love Mike and Gigi Wink. They're great people, husband and wife team. Tom and I have known these people for years and years and years. They get your case file
filed quickly, and more importantly, just call them up. If you're even considering it, or you have a neighbor, a friend, maybe parents, kids that are thinking of debt consolidation or bankruptcy, what's a Chapter 7, what's a Chapter 13, I promise you, Mike and Gigi will take the time out. They'll discuss it with you. There's no cost to that. There's a good chance they're going to say, no, I probably wouldn't do it. Let's try to do this. Let's try to do that. But give them a call. 303-410-1720, 303-410-1720, or visit them at winkandwink.com.
The thing that makes me mad is they are a custom food truck company. They should know what the rules are different when you are a full food truck, and they should know what those rules are. And every single item will have to have a sticker from the Food and Board Safety, whatever.
I don't even find their website. Do they have a website?
Denver Food Truck?
Yeah. I thought they did. I just Googled it. Oh, I put Rudy on. Denver Custom Food Truck. Yeah, here they are. Well, they got 83 Google reviews, 3.5. I mean, they're not perfect, but that's...
A lot of it is because they're late.
A lot of them what?
They're late. They're not getting, as far as getting their timeline.
And Rudy even said to you, didn't he, that they've been slammed and that...
And their website's all crap right now. It says, you know, it's under construction.
Okay, it says service window.
Is that the contract?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it says service window, they owe it. Well, what are they going to do? Argue? Mark, what would you think from an attorney standpoint? You're buying a food truck, it says service window or concession window, and they give you a house window they can't pass anywhere. Is the contract, who wrote the contract? It's got to be the company, so it's ambiguous, so therefore it should be that way, right?
Well, I think it's going to depend on what industry standards are.
Well, what do you think it is in a food truck, though? Wouldn't you think industry standards are a food truck window?
Right.
A house window cannot be on
especially
a
if it's not allowed, yeah.
Well, yeah, and
like a
it's not
travel trailer,
it's not
you can't
tempered.
put one on.
Yeah,
Right.
and around food, it has to be one.
Well, it could be tempered. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying it is possible it's tempered.
But she's not even allowed to drive that food truck down the road with
that
a
kind
house
of glass.
window in it.
Rudy will say you can do it if you have a screen.
I would have put a bay window in with solar panels. Hey, at least it's not just a hole with a blind.
Like they should know the rules.
Well, of course they should.
And Colorado has some of the strictest laws regarding this.
Lazy Days RV, do we have their email? Do you have it in your thing?
I don't have their email, but...
No. They sent us a statement. Do you have the statement?
Yeah.
Send that to me again so it's at the top of my email.
Okay.
They actually have a firm out of wherever answering their consumer complaints. What's it, Mark, if you get a complaint, I can imagine what it would be. What's the biggest complaint you would get? Is it like every other attorney? Communication, not fast enough. Hey!
Right on top of it.
You're right on top of it.
This
Is it like taking
for I can't find the contract.
I'll send it to you here. It was.
Well, I don't need it. I think Mark needs it, unless you want me to try to print it.
Found, and he doesn't think that you have something sensible. So I mean, it's your invention. And
Send it to Mark. I just think if I print it,
it's
gonna
like
suck.
it's a criminal might be up.
It's going to suck. What?
The quality of the print is they need to change their ink cartridge out.
It's just like the criminal might be upset at his criminal law attorney that he went to jail, but it doesn't have anything really to do with the attorney, right?
So Allie asked me to take over.
They did the crime and the judge thought they did, so
And
they're
they're like,
going to
I don't
jail.
even know, I know nothing about it. I know nothing.
Dog, cancer, GoFundMe.
I know nothing about GoFundMe either.
Neither do I. That's Allie set it up and stuff. So I don't even know how you take care of it. Ask her how you take care of it.
Yeah, I have no clue on.
I get these GoFundMes come through help, and I don't know. I guess you could add up. Could she? You're probably going to have a password and everything to get into it.
I had no idea this stuff was so darn easy.
You could be the GoFundMe girl from now on.
It works fast. Lasting, soothing,
I'd say go the dollar pound, get another dollar.
How long does a trademark usually take? Not a renewal, but from go.
Usually about 6 months or so you hear back. That's not all the way to registration, but that's when you usually hear back whether it's going to go or not.
Government, Uncle Sam moves slow.
That's pretty true.
Do you
Usually
think you
closer
could
to
get
a
on
year.
the John Davis story? He's the one with the sick dog and the GoFundMe page.
I see a better new horizon. Sounds a little different, but same. I mean, once again, Mark, there's another issue. Here's another guy copying somebody else.
I think your version was better.
Oh, my God. I've said it a lot. It was either, you know, I sold computers, ran Goodyear stores, and then it was either singing or back to talk radio. So I'm not sure. I don't know. I struggle within which way I should have went. I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
You play instrument?
No, not really. I mean, I can play, okay, I can play Master of Puppets, Battery, Creeping Death, and a handful of some other riffs.
That's good.
So, I mean, I could occupy a room for a small amount of time with a guitar.
And I thought it was, I see a better moon horizon.
What did I say?
Not that.
I saw a better new horizon. It's a better new horizon.
No, it's not. It's I see.
Well, Mark Trenner, patent attorney, I got to ask you something. That's a good example, though. If I created new lyrics to the same thing, a better new horizon, instead of whatever she's saying, a better moon horizon, can't do that, right? It's too close.
Derivative work.
So it's called what?
A derivative work.
So I can't do it.
Right.
All right, I get you. 303-713-8255. I promise I'll tell you guys when someone drops off. I want to get right back to Michelle, though, and Rudy. In fact, let's go to Rudy. He's the owner of Denver Custom Food Truck. Michelle called up. One of the problems was a window. In fact, Rudy, hold tight. I promise I'll come right to you. Michelle, the window was one of the big problems. And then what was the other thing? You said you needed a gray water system, a water tank, and then something about, like, what was the other thing?
Well, the gray water tank, because what we have now just empties out straight to the ground. There's no way to contain it. There's not a proper drainage system. Our lights on the ceiling do not have covers, which is a huge
problem. And this
problem.
is all stuff you would get failed for when you go through the health department.
Absolutely.
Okay, hold on. Let's go to Rudy, owner of Denver Custom Food Trucks. First of all, Rudy, I appreciate you coming on. I'm a little, to a degree, flabbergasted. I say that. I was looking at your reviews online. You got quite a few. I mean, over 100. And, you know, you're not 5-star, but the only real big problems I've seen on your reviews is just, you know, the time frame takes longer, which in construction that happens quite a bit. But, Rudy, why does this not have the proper window and other stuff that Michelle's talking about?
Hey, how you guys doing? Good morning, to start off. So the window situation right here, I'm looking at their contract. I wasn't able to get you guys a copy over yet. I barely got back into town. I've been talking with Dan back and forth. So I'm looking at their contract here, and I did charge them for a concession-style window. I'm looking at that right now. One of the things is we were falling behind on their build right there, just because, I mean, we have 40 projects going on literally at all times right here. We're very, very busy.
Well, that's exactly what most of your reviews say, is that you're running late. My goal here, though, is, are you going to get this fixed for? And then the other thing is, I mean, if this is, I don't know the concession business, but I would assume she makes most of her money at fairs and other stuff, and they come and go. I don't know how much lost revenue we're talking about. So, Rudy, what is your intention, though?
So first of all, like I'm getting into real quick, explaining on my side of my situation real fast.
Sure.
The window there, I mean, I could definitely replace the window. That's not an issue.
Cool.
And I've spoken with Michelle and them and Dustin, her husband or her business partner, whatever he is, to him. and I've explained this to them. I mean, they
okay, I understand. So you're going to replace the window. That's great. What is the time frame on that? When could you do that?
Okay. Well, the thing is that I've offered to replace this stuff. They're in Virginia, I guess. They want me to pay another contractor to go ahead and to finish off the work.
Oh.
Pay that.
Oh, okay.
So
well, hold on a second then, Rudy. Let me ask you. You're willing to do the window. I'm looking at your invoice here, too. I do have a copy of it. It does say water system, $2,200. Are you also, I'm not talking about hiring another contractor and you paying for it, but are you also willing to put in the gray water system?
Yeah, and on the gray water system, real quick, buddy, the only thing that's missing is the gray water system for the mop sink.
Okay,
All
but
the other water
you agree to get that so it'll pass inspection?
Yes. Anything that needs to be replaced on this trailer, I will do because I stand by the warranty work.
And how long would this... Okay, Rudy, I appreciate that. How long would it take you to do this stuff if the trailer was here? If she made an appointment and said, hey, I will be down on the 30th, when would it be done? How much labor are we talking? How much time?
The labor is not the issue. The time on the window, the concession-style window of getting it ordered in, I'm about 2 weeks behind on the window. So if I was to get this done and get it ordered in today, I wouldn't get my window in within 2 weeks because of my manufacturer. And then other than that, I mean, it would take me 2 days to get this window installed.
And everything else?
The water system complete, yes.
Okay, hold on a second. I want to do this. Hey, Michelle, so basically he's saying, and he's acknowledging, he'll fix everything so it'll pass the health department, which is great, but it sounds like you want to pay someone down there to do it. $10,000, I think, is a number you threw at me, and then have him reimburse you.
Yeah, with us being stuck out in Virginia, we didn't have a choice. We've got events already lined up.
Well, I understand that, but you can't do the events with it. When did you order this thing? Dan, help me out here. How long ago?
Michelle, I mean, they had these events lined up.
Yeah.
And it didn't get done in time. Michelle, when did you order it, and when was it actually supposed to be done and overdue?
Our trailer from Rudy?
Yeah. Yes.
Michelle, how long does it take you to drive it down here? Honestly, let's just talk reality here. Is it a one-day drive, 2-day drive?
I think they're on a food tour, Mark. Like, they're in the middle of their tour.
Well, what are they selling out of? I didn't think the health department allowed them to use this. Do you have another trailer, Michelle?
No, we are having this one repaired in hopes that we can make it. We've already had to back out of our event this weekend because...
When did you pick this thing up and inspect it? When did you pick it up?
We picked it up on July 20th.
See, I think you got to give them a chance. I mean, July 20th, Dan, you're looking at me like you don't agree, but Mark, let me ask you, Mr. Trenner, attorney-at-law, she picks it up on the 20th, the guy's willing to fix everything she wants fixed so it passes, and she doesn't want to drive it back to him. When I owned a Goodyear store, if I fixed something on your vehicle and you didn't want to bring it back to me, that could be an issue. Hold on. Let's talk to Rudy off there. Maybe he's willing to pay some of the expenses, like maybe a hotel room, some gas. I don't know. But Rudy, please hold on. And Michelle, I want to help you out, but I think you got to be somewhat reasonable. And Mark, I want your opinion on this right after this break. Everybody hang out. We've got so much stuff going. We've got a Lazy Days RV, KB Homes, a car problem, another Home Depot problem. My God! We'll be back after this.
Why are so many people... And she's willing to only have him pay. She's willing to split it, $5,000. Right. She went all the way out there and got stuck.
Then they found out. That it wasn't going to pass inspection.
Yeah, but usually there's a right to cure where you have to bring it back and say, this is a problem.
He's saying he's going to... Listen, I understand you guys don't think it's fair. That's fine. It's not fair. But I'm telling you, if she sues him, she's going to get screwed because he's saying, I'll fix it.
It's that right to cure.
He was originally not saying he would. He was saying the window wasn't.
Did she bring it back? She probably has right.
You can't just run to somebody else and say, fix this, now you have to pay.
She's losing all this money because...
What does the contract say for delivery?
I bet they can.
Yeah. Oh, the delivery date.
The thing that makes me mad, he is a custom food truck builder. He should know what is right and wrong. That's what it comes down to.
Well, because it comes down to the contract.
It all comes down to the contract.
I haven't seen the contract.
So completed on or before July 20th, 2007.
Yeah, but it doesn't talk about damages if it's not done.
Right.
I mean, let's say if American Furniture says they're going to deliver my table and then I can't have a party because of it, I'm not going to sue American Furniture.
Reasonable time to make things right, too. You can't just run off and get it fixed by somebody else.
Well, they didn't run off. They have dates to put it up there. Really?
That sucks.
I thought Tim pulled me off the air.
No, the Fox News card that was supposed to play was empty. There's no audio in there.
Did they already pay somebody else to fix it, or they want to fix it?
I think that's getting fixed right now.
Yeah, because they're going to lose so much money.
These events, they're $1,300, $1,500.
They're actually scheduled to be back in Colorado to do the, what's the last one?
Food of the Rockies, or
no, the
Taste of the Rockies.
Taste of Colorado.
Taste of Colorado.
Which is a big one, and...
hey, Rudy, what would your hard cost be in that stuff?
I think that...
name Excel Roofing.
Just, I mean, all of it, all together, your hard cost on labor, what's the true cost of you fixing that stuff?
Than bringing it all the way back here and letting him do it. And then look, he hasn't even ordered.
All right, hang tight.
It'll take me 2 weeks to order. That's even more money lost.
2,500, you can fix it. So, to me,
No, that's,
He told me the window was
the window's
2,300.
25.
that might be the only
And
hard
then
cost.
They got the tank?
On the job and
They got the tank. There's no tank in there. He's got to put a tank in there.
He said it was only
There's more than that.
proper draining. It's more than that. It's going to be about $5,000, which is what she's asking. She's not asking for the full $10,000. She's willing to split it with him,
And they
which I
have,
think is fair.
they have as far as itemized, as far as
All
what
right,
they did.
we'll talk about it.
So,
You got to understand, though, I mean, she's not in a good position here, not bringing it back.
Right.
She's in a horrible position.
Yeah, you're supposed to take it back and say this isn't right, fix it.
But I think she was having a hard time. I don't think he was willing to do it at the beginning.
I get it.
Now he is.
It's just like when you buy
Yeah,
a
but it was
car,
just July 20th. You guys are acting like this was years ago. This wasn't that long ago.
right, but they picked up on 27th.
Take a taxi to work.
And then they headed off.
True.
But you still are obligated.
The first
to go back
event,
and
they
work
actually
with
got
their
by.
warranty department. You can't
Because
just
they
say,
didn't
"You sold
inspect
me a
them
bad car, I
closely.
went and bought another one, now you have to buy my new car."
Right.
It's the
Which
same
I'm dealing with
concept.
the gal on
It's the same
that.
concept.
She bought an as-is and she bought a warranty. And warranties don't work on used cars because
And like I say, she's willing to just do the hard cost.
Hey, did Chris ask you if something was on the log or not?
He asked about that Simply Floors thing.
And it's not there.
and it's the name of their food trucks or what they do.
I'm going to use
They do
I'm going to use one of our
gourmet wraps.
inventories and do it
Called
simply for us.
Gangsta Wraps.
Don't fire it off though. It's going to be
I
personal
love
inventory.
that name. It's so great. And it's R-A-P-T-Z. Or W-R-A-P-T-Z. But it's Gangsta.
Yes, I am. I don't know who yet. Did you fire Lazera off?
Yeah, just do it as you go and I'll fire it.
Job. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Did I do wink and wink?
Yes.
500 companies
You
lease
did.
their vehicles because that's the smart financial move. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky from
God, we got a busy schedule
who can help you save time and money and more money. And have been doing
And I did
this
Lazera.
for
Oh shit, I closed Fuller. No,
Alliance
there's
will
Fuller.
get you into your vehicle with all the updates you need at the lowest delivered
I
price.
did.
Alliance guys, to me the choice of
Fuller.
leasing with Alliance is the obvious one
Pure
for
water.
your business. Learn more at alliance.lease. That's right, just type
Aurora Ortho.
alliance.lease. Alliance
Zera's
leases
gone.
are key to the perfect fleet.
Daddy, where did babies come from?
Colorado tinnitus.
Honey?
Mommy went to the store.
Oh, well, you see, well, there's a mommy and a daddy, right?
Right.
And see, when they call Geico, they could save a bunch of money on car insurance.
Oh, really?
Rally
That makes
House.
them happy?
Yes, that makes them very happy.
Raleigh.
That's good.
Yeah.
Pro Auto.
Well, I'm glad we could have this talk, Sunshine.
Plumb line.
Geico, because saving 15% or more.
Art of Granite. Oh, we haven't done one for Mitch in a while. I love Mitch.
Rudy was definitely lying to me.
Mm-hmm. I don't feel right.
What do you mean lying to you?
He told me the window's 2,300. He charged them in the contracts.
Yeah, but are you-
1,800? And there are people that would put the window in there says 1,700. I mean, he's back and forth on
When someone is having a stroke,
all of this stuff.
what
What they're charging for just the window is $1,700. The company in Virginia.
Well, he's saying everything would be 2,500. I'm assuming all he's
He
talking
told
about.
me originally the window itself was 2,300.
Well, maybe that's a retail. I mean, I don't know, Dan. But I mean, he's not that far off. We're not talking $100 compared to 2,500. And the water tank, I mean, that gets plastic.
remarkable difference in their recovery.
And the way this guy does it, it could be Tupperware, so it could be really cheap. My gray water tank has got
They got an extra 1,000
water.
for cabinets and shelving made to fit. Apparently, so.
Are you covering the show on the 21st on the Eclipse, or is Tom doing it from up there?
I don't know. Why we would do an eclipse on radio, it still blows my mind.
I know.
Tom, is it dark out there? Mark, it's dark as hell.
For 2 minutes and 30
Are you
seconds.
headed back now? On my way.
Well, Rick and Lauren really want to go, and my friend has a farm, the cattle farm, like right in the...
Why? Just to see
And
the
I
darkness?
said, I have no desire...
Okay, listen, you can
to drive
emulate
on
it
that way.
tonight. Wait till about 11:30. Look outside. It'll be the same shit.
But Rick's like, are you off that day? I'm like,
I don't understand why it's a big
going
deal.
on.
I mean, I realize it doesn't happen a lot, so it's kind of cool.
The solar flares and stuff, you know, that's what's outlined, right? The sun
We all made the shoebox back in grade school.
I know. You've seen one eclipse, you've seen them all.
That is true. That is true.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
All right, welcome to the show, the only show that's got to be solved problems. We answer questions. Yes, what else do? We get directly involved. We try to help people out. Right now, and I want to get right back to the phones, we're dealing with Michelle. She purchased a food truck from Rudy. He's the owner of Denver Custom Food Trucks. And basically it was missing some stuff. Rudy's telling me he's willing to fix it if she brings it back to him. And talking over the break, what I was trying to get through, I'm going to bring Michelle back up, but Michelle, what I was trying to get through to you is he does have a right to cure no matter how you look at it. You guys picked this thing up in July. He's saying that he's going to fix everything on there. Now, I understand that you are willing to go halves with him for an amount of money instead of him fixing it. What would work for you right now? Because you don't want to drive it all the way back to Colorado because you're en route making money with it.
Well, we should be. And, you know, being all the way out here, it's going to cost us $1,000 in fuel to pull this thing.
Michelle, I want you to hold on, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I want you to understand something. Let's say you came out to Denver because you could get the best deal on a new Ford truck. So you come out here, you drive it back to Virginia or wherever you're at, and the truck breaks down and it needs an engine. You still have to bring it to a dealership. You still have to bring it back and go the right direction. You couldn't go out, buy an engine somewhere, have it put in, and then send the dealership a bill. It doesn't work that way. They have a right to cure, so I want you to understand that.
And I do completely.
Okay.
And the majority of our issue right now is that through the entire process of dealing with this trailer, you know, we were lied to, we were ignored.
What would work to get it handled right now, though? Let's see if we just can't get this worked out right now.
I mean, our issue is we've already dropped it off because we had to make the judgment call.
I understand. You got to get it fixed, so what would appease you right now?
We need
$10,000? Is that what you were saying? That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, we need at least half that money because we're already out an extra $10,000 for a trailer that should have been completed right the first time.
So you're gonna drop $10,000 to get it brought up to code, and it's what are you gonna do? Any extras? Is that $10,000 truly basically just living up to the contract, or are you adding stuff to it?
And I forwarded that invoice to Dan so he could see the breakdown of it.
Sounds like she just wants Rudy to pay half. What does Rudy have to say?
So $5,000, Michelle, is what you're asking for?
Yes.
All right, hold on a second. Hey, Rudy, I think $5,000's fair, man. I mean, she's out. She's not making money. I understand you guys have a right to cure, of course, but given the circumstances, I think half price is not that bad, man. It looks like you sell a lot of these things in Denver. Like I said, I don't see any real issues on Google with you, with the exception of time frame, but I think this is a pretty fair compromise, man.
I understand what you're saying also, but on top of that, I mean, $5,000, the window, that's just ridiculous. I mean...
But, Rudy, think of the money. Okay, Rudy, let's talk ridiculous. How do you build a food truck when that's what you do for a living and put a regular window in it? Let's talk ridiculous, Rudy.
So, like I said, we were under the gun. I wasn't able to get my window in on time.
That doesn't mean you don't do it right. I'm trying to be fair to you because your reviews aren't that bad. I think it's a fair deal, man.
I understand.
I don't want to have to sit here. I don't want to have to sit here Monday through Friday and talk about Denver Custom Food Truck. I mean, let's just do the right thing and get it done. How much will you give her? If you're not willing to give her $5,000, how much?
So I'd be able to have the window drop shipped to them. I mean, the price.
Rudy, it's in there getting fixed right now. She's in Virginia. Do you understand that? You must understand this. You're in the business.
I do understand that. I mean, truthfully, $3,000 should be more than enough to compensate.
When would you have it to her? When would you have it to her?
I could have it to her Friday.
Hold on. Michelle, $3,000 or we're not close. What do you think?
I mean, We're paying 10 to have the work fixed.
Michelle, I am with you. So don't listen. I am with you, but you do have a little bit of a strange thing going on here because he's willing to fix it. But I'm with you 100%. And like I told him, and he's listening to me right now on hold. If we can't come to an agreement, I got to tell you what. I'll start doing commercials for Denver Custom Food Trucks, and I'll warn people not to get them. But I think he's going to come through. How about $3,500? Is that good? And you have the money by Friday, and then you guys can move on with your life. What do you think?
What about $4,000?
Let me ask him. Here, I'll bring you both up at the same time. Rudy, $4,000. I mean, my God, let's just get it done.
I'm here, and I want to make this right. I really do. $4,000 is really, really high right now. $3,500, and they'll have their money if they give me a bank account. They also owe me $700, so they can keep the $700. And I'd give him $3,500.
Michelle, $3,500 though. He'll get it ACH to you. You'll have it within 48 hours.
Done.
All right, done deal. Rudy, I mean it, man. That money's going to be over there, right?
Yeah, but I need a bank account.
All right, hold on. We'll go ahead and we'll help you guys with the transaction. Michelle, I know it's not exactly what you wanted done, but it's done. Okay?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Listen, if that money's not there, you call back. All right?
Absolutely.
And I mean quick. So hold tight. Suzanne, you know what we need to do, or Daphne can go in there and do it, whatever we want to do. You know, I don't know. What do you folks think? 303-713-8255. Dan,
I like it.
Okay, you think it's fair?
Yeah, because they owe him another $700, so it's
$4,200.
$4,200, right?
That's not bad. Mark, what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if both parties are happy, that's always the best.
Do you agree, though? Do you agree? Well, that's right. If both parties aren't happy, that's generally when I know I did my job.
Like both of them are this time, so that's good.
Well, no, once again, I don't think either of them are happy. I think he thinks it's too much and she thinks it's too little. Therefore, I know I did my job.
They agreed on it, though.
They did agree. Now, do you agree, though, that technically they should be giving him time to bring it back? The circumstances suck.
Yeah, I mean, you have to get into the contract, and then you're going to spend more on attorney fees trying to figure out if there's even a case, and then filing it. So litigating something is always a headache.
And I don't know why he went off a little bit on this, because looking at his reviews, honestly, it looks like he builds a decent food truck. He said something.
Makes sense.
I think it was probably a cash flow issue. He had to get something done. He had the intentions to get it done. I don't know. But it's like anything. When you buy something, check it out before you pay for it.
Right.
All right, 303-713-8255. Yes, Suzanne. Line 4, problem with Home Depot. What's up? I'm sorry. Hold on, whoever that is. I got to put you back on hold. Jason, what's up?
Hey there, how you doing?
I am doing good, sir.
So, ordered a countertop from Home Depot, and they went through Front Range Stone for the installation, and they gave the wrong information to Front Range Stone, so the wrong finish on the countertop was installed.
Hold on, I'm looking at stuff. So it looks like you bought a post-form deck group Typhoon Ice 22 Antique.
Well, the 22 apparently is where the error lies. It should have been a 52, according to the sample that we
Okay, so I see. So basically, you looked at this sample card, and it's a 52, but on the Home Depot paperwork, it says 22, but you didn't notice a difference, I assume?
Correct. And they don't even offer the 22. They don't offer the 22 at the store. There's no sample of that one anyway, so we would have never seen it.
Well, okay, I understand that, but you understand on the special service customer invoice from Home Depot, it does say 22. Is that what you got?
Yes.
Well, you understand what you're up against here. I mean, you ordered it, you paid for it. Now, I mean, what do you want them to do now? Was the Granite actually installed?
Yes, it was installed. It's a rental property, so we couldn't leave it empty for another couple months while we waited for a new countertop.
Well, did you sign off on the installation?
No, I'm not 100% sure on that. My wife was the one home doing that, so she might have, yeah.
Well, if she was home and signed off on it, I mean, Rudy, I'm just saying, if she saw it, it got installed, it was paid for, on the invoice it says 22, I'm not sure what we can do for you. What do you want them to do, put a different one in with the labor and everything?
That's what I was kind of hoping for, yeah, install the correct countertop.
You know what I'd like to do? Hold on. I got to tell you, from a legal standpoint, you're screwed. I don't care what anybody says. Let's get Mitch Floria on with Art of Granite.
I don't think it's technically granite. It looks like laminate to me, right?
I don't care what it is. It says post-form deck. This is what he got, which is what's on the invoice. That's the only problem here. He bought it Apparently his wife signed off on it, they installed it, and now he wants it redone. But let's try to get Mitch on. I do want to talk to Mitch about this if we can get Fleury on. He's Art of Granite, the best guy out there. Hold tight, okay, Jason?
Sure.
I want to see how Mitch would handle this, or what way there is to handle this, because, I mean, honestly, Dan, who talked to this guy? Suzanne, were you dealing with this one?
Yeah, I'm dealing with it.
Well, I mean, do you get that this is actually exactly what he bought, got installed?
I totally understand that.
I don't know what you would do in this circumstance. It's not fair to Home Depot.
Look at what he picked out, the quarry finish, and I typed up the difference between the two finishes. They're not that far off from each other when you look online at the manufacturer's website.
Is it that far off, Jason? This is a real problem for you? I mean, let's say you had to pay for it again. Would you actually do it, or would you keep what was in there?
I wouldn't pay for it again, but the difference is the one we wanted, it's very smooth, and it looks and feels exactly like granite.
Yeah.
And the one that they installed, it's a very rough texture and looks really cheap.
Okay.
Yeah, but that sample you sent me, Jason, it says a quarry finish, not a smooth.
Quarry, that's the smooth.
But it's a little smoother than the antique when I looked on the website for the manufacturer, but there is a smooth finish, and there's a smooth, there's a semi-smooth, a quarry, and an antique. And the quarry and the antique, they're not that far off. I know what you're saying, though, Jason.
All right, hold tight. Let's see if we can't get Mitch on over the break. I got to tell you about One Clear Choice Garage, though. These guys got a great showroom if you're in Castle Rock. It's near the Old King Supers off of Founders. Beautiful, though. They've got the best garage doors out there. But right now, if you need a new garage door opener, I got to tell you about this. $299. You got to mention the show. A LiftMaster 8550 with the MyQ technology installed. It's got the battery backup, the time to close feature. You can add the internet gateway. Installed, and it's belt-driven. It's so quiet. Suzanne and I bought 2 of them from these folks. But anyhow, $299 installed. You're not going to get a better deal. Don't get up there. Don't go buy one for $200. Try to install it yourself. I have been there, done that. Have the professionals do it from OneClearChoiceDoors.com. You can visit them in Castle Rock, but call them for that special right now. $299 installed, 303 565-6409, 303-565-6409, OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
This report is brought to you by State. I-70 back up to speed for the most part.
I think the guy wants a free one.
What?
I think the guy wants a free one.
Yeah, well, you say I don't care what he wants. I mean,
No. I'm with Suzanne on this. I think.
Tell Mitch I'm going to make it into a live commercial, but tell him I'm going to ask him what he would do. Don't tell him about it. I want to know really what he would do. I know what I'd do. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't touch it, man. You buy it, you signed off on it, you paid for it, then your wife signs off saying it's fine. I wouldn't touch it. It's done.
Right, I'm with you.
So she said, as far as them having good reviews on Facebook, they delete all of the bad reviews.
Who?
The Demo Custom Food Truck.
Oh, I know. Who gets done?
And, yeah, I know. But she also said that they're going to be out of business and not be under the Denver Custom Food Trucks in name anymore.
Well, then they better be real lucky
They
they're
don't
getting their money
have
back.
an electrician, a licensed electrician. She said it's...
Then why did she go to them?
I agree. I don't know. She started rattling off.
I mean, if they were the cheapest food truck in the damn nation,
right?
But I'm not going to bash them anymore until that 3500's transferred.
Right, 35.
And we've never had another call about them. And they do have 88 reviews that...
I don't think you can delete reviews.
Yeah, on Facebook you can.
On Facebook. Well, no, it depends how the page is set up, actually.
She said she's posted 3 times and they all get deleted.
Yeah, then it's not a storefront page. It's not a...
right.
Yeah, anything that you're putting out there like Google reviews, you can't delete those. You can respond to them, but you can't delete
You can
them.
pay, who is it that you have to pay to get the bad reviews off?
I don't know.
Yelp.
I don't even know if
Yelp
Yelp would do.
if
I mean,
it-
that
if
would
it's-
kill their whole
if
business
it's
model.
fake,
Yeah, it would.
If it's like somebody posts something.
Oh, yeah, if you can prove it's
and you say to
erroneous.
Yelp goes, well, you can pay to have it taken down.
See how I use that big word, erroneous?
What'd you say?
Erroneous.
I would imagine if you're doing that.
It's
for more than
outrageous,
one
it's
review,
erroneous.
Say, wait a minute.
What's
you
the other
can't
one?
Be fake.
Yeah.
Outrageous?
It's
They probably don't
outrageous,
take-
it's erroneous.
Let you pay to take 1 or 2 down, but if you've got a bunch of bad reviews, they're not going to let you
No,
take
they
them
won't
all
take
down.
one down. They unless you pay them. Yelp is kind of a...
I can't believe how clean my carpets are. Can't believe I got it all done without any soaps, harsh chemicals, or detergents.
They are.
I want to do Mitchell.
I've never had cleaner, fresher carpets. You can too. 3 brooms for just $124, including pre-treatment and sanitizing. 303-471-5150. ZeroResDenver.com. Packed in empowered water. You can feel the difference. I walk my carpets after Zero Res. They feel new. And
Another
I
twofer.
never have to worry about dangerous toxins left.
Gets the
Right now, Zero Res is
I'd like to get rid of one more, too. Can you go and have an attic call so I can do Riley House real quick?
Call now and get really clean carpets with
Dan, could you go pop like 8 lubes and drink a 5th of vodka and give us a call?
I need help.
What can I do? Without residue.
Those guys, I went down there. That facility is gorgeous, so I got to tell you, those guys do it right. In Raleigh House, they'll talk to people. They don't, you know, when you first call in asking, they're not like, what kind of insurance you have? What do you have? I mean, they're the real deal.
They care.
They do care.
Yeah.
The doctors at the Osteo Relief Institute believe moving from leased
It's nice. I think you've got to have that compassion.
We checked them out big time, too. We spent a lot of time there, and they were far away.
Osteo Relief merges 2 proven methods for
Well, maybe they did on the Denver food truck. They did a video and put it online on Facebook of all the things wrong with it.
Well,
That's what he
is
said.
there lunch bets on the money? Does it get there?
It's supposed to go through PayPal. I mean, they
Well, he said, you give me a bank account, it's going to be transferred.
This may be the reason.
I think they'll do it.
I think he'd be crazy not to, because I will be down to the Denver food truck.
Yeah. That'd be good. That's not that far away. We could make, we'll make a...
800-578-NEED. Need a new roof? Call Excel Roofing at 303.
Be funny if they had like a Home Depot cheap bedroom door on the side of it.
Yeah.
He told me on the window, like say his backtrack, he told me that, you know, as long as it has a screen, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think they know.
But I think they were trying to grow too fast.
Okay. Oh.
All right, 303-713-8255. Jason called up. I want to get right back to it. He went to the Home Depot, and I'm looking at his paperwork. So he purchased Granite, and I'm saying this because I got Mitch Floria listening in with Art of Granite, one of the best fabricators, in fact, the best I've ever met. But anyhow, I digress. Mr. I don't want to say his last name, but Jason basically went to the Home Depot. He paid roughly $1,262. It actually says number 22 Antique on his invoice. They went out, they installed number 22 Antique for the Granite. His wife signed off on it, or someone signed off on it. They left. Then he noticed that the sample he looked at was actually number 52. And he was expecting 52 when he saw it, but he got 22. The invoice, everything else says 22. So, Mitch, the reason I want you on is a couple things. How would you handle this? So, I come to your place. I buy number 22 Antique Granite. I see it. I come down. You measure it. You do whatever. You come out and install it. You leave. My wife signs off on it. Then I tell you, whoops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted a different color. What would you do?
Mark, how are you? This can happen with us. We have full slabs, not small samples. You come to my shop, I show you the slab. The actual slab comes with a serial number. We put it down on an invoice. That's what we cut. We're not going to show you just a sample.
No samples.
And based on that, and install a full slab.
So it's not going to happen with you. But even if it did, how would you handle it? I already told everybody how I'd handle it, and I hate to say this to Jason. I think it's too bad, so sad. Maybe if Home Depot was willing to pay for, I don't know. I don't even want to say that. I'm not a huge Home Depot fan, but at the same time, I mean, the invoice says number 22. They installed number 22. I don't think he's got a leg to stand on.
I think with just any product, when you shop for something, for a countertop or for a floor or a tile or whatever, you choose that, and then they write a contract. As a consumer, it's your job to read through the lines there to make sure that you're on the same page. But once you sign it and you agree on it, the company is going to go forward to
fabricate, to manufacture what you ordered, what the invoice says.
I haven't talked to you since you did our, what's the last one you did in our house, Suzanne? Our laundry room, right?
Oh, it's gorgeous,
And
Mark.
the bathroom?
Oh,
Mitch,
it's so pretty.
Mitch, it's absolutely gorgeous. They put in this huge sink we put in for our mud room, and then you guys did the countertops. You're right. Now that I think about it, when we went down to your showroom, Mitch, all your granite's outside. There was no samples. Everything is right there. We actually said that's the slab we want, and that's the one you cut and fabricate, right?
That's how we do it.
Man, that's the only way to do it. And then the backsplash you did is like 1 inch thick, and then it's like 4 inches tall. You guys did exactly what we wanted done, and I got to tell you, it's absolutely beautiful. And those cabinets, what brand cabinets are those? They're gorgeous. They got all different kinds of finishes, and they didn't bankrupt me.
Yes, that's great. I'm glad you're happy with the project. But anyways, when you shop for granite, especially because it's a natural stone, it varies so much from a slab to another. You shouldn't decide just based on looking at a 4-inch sample. You need to go out and see the actual slab,
because it could differ.
That's what the fabricator needs to install, yes.
Yeah. Hey, Mitch, I appreciate it, and really, man, you did one of the best jobs I've ever seen. Anybody out there needs granite, needs cabinets, I don't care, bathrooms, kitchens, mudrooms, whatever it is, you got to call Mitch. You'll deal directly with him if you go down there. He's got great employees. They come out, they laser measure. Everything went perfectly smooth. The pricing was great. Mitch, you're the best out there, man. 303-386 5919. I appreciate you coming on, too. 303-386-5919. You're not going to go wrong with Art of Granite. He's the best out there. I'd give you his backstory, but you guys probably know it. You know, he came over to the U.S. like back in the 80s and basically worked his butt off. He had $300 or $400 in his pocket and made a business out of it. Of course, he's a citizen now, wife, kids, the whole bit. But, man, you can't get better. Art of Granite, he's a true artist. 303-386 5919. Jason, I think I don't know what to do on this, man. I'd love to help you out, but I can't. I don't even want to call Home Depot, man. You just signed off on it. If it was different, I'd go after them with guns a-blaring, but it's not, man.
Yeah, and I can totally see what you're saying. And the whole thing was, we just brought up the sample and said, this is what we want.
Yeah.
They wrote down the wrong thing. We didn't know the difference between a 52 and a 22.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Trust me, I wouldn't have either. But what sucks is it was a rental, and then when they showed up to install it, you weren't there, and you just didn't notice it until after it was put in. But once again, I appreciate you calling, Jason. Sometimes I don't even want to call Home Depot, and like I said, I'm not a huge Home Depot fan. Ever since they got rid of the 5% on the Home Depot credit card discount, I've switched to Lowe's. So I don't know what else to say. 303-713-8255. You know what sucks is credit card debt and how to pay it off. Because I got to tell you, times are good right now in Colorado, but it wasn't long ago we were talking bankruptcies, we were talking all kinds of stuff. I got to tell you something on your mortgage right now, why rates are still low. I think you need to talk to someone like Brent Ivinson and talk about that credit card debt. Brent, it's a big problem out there. People get up, they're paying 18% interest, and if you look at some of these payments, you might have $20,000 in debt on a credit card, and if you paid off the smallest amount each month, you could end up paying $100,000 over time on that card.
Well, for sure. And, you talk about the interest, 18% on the low side. We commonly see 24, 28%, and it's just, we call it the credit card carousel, Mark. It's hard to get off of it. You make these payments, and you get nowhere, and consumers get extremely frustrated, and that's because of the way the interest is compounded. It's compounded daily, so as you make those payments, it's tough to get ahead. Equity is up. If you look in your neighborhood, signs going up, homes selling quickly.
Yep.
People have more equity than they have had in a long time, and with rates at record lows right now, you can consolidate your bills, pay off your credit card debt, and the great thing is you're easily going to save over $1,000 a month, and we can show you how to take a portion of that savings, apply it back towards your new home loan, and not only pay your credit card debt off much more quickly, pay your house off more quickly, and save money each and every month.
If you look at what people pay in interest, then interest on the interest on these credit cards, if you have credit card debt out there and you even just think you have equity in the house, I'm telling you, call Brent. You'll talk to him. You've got great loan guys down there, by the way, Brent. I get folks calling in saying, oh, man, I talked to so-and-so. You've got a lot of people there, don't you?
We do. We have a great staff, and all of our professionals are licensed both with the state and federally, and mortgage is all we do. We're a direct mortgage banker. That's our specialty. It's not like going to your bank down the street. All we do is home loans. That's our area of expertise, and that's where we can really help listeners.
And they can tell you, I promise, folks, they can tell you right off the bat if it's going to work out for you. They can look at it. Just give them a call. I can't put it any other way. 303-867-7000, 303-867-7000, 303-867-7000. Call Brent and the guys right now. If you do have that credit card debt, just start looking at how much interest you're paying. If you own a house, a condo, look at a refi, a little cash out, you're going to go down to 3 or 4% compared to 18 up to 29%. Call Ideal Home Loans now, 303-867-7000, or check them out on our referral list at referrallist.com.
Win your trip to our 2017.
What do you guys think on that Home Depot? Insanity.
I think you've been right all along here. It was a good deal you made on the thing. He wouldn't do the 5,000, so 35, like you said.
If the money gets moved.
Right. Both parties were there. I think the Home Depot's right. And he didn't seem to argue, so I think he kind of thought he was stretching it.
Where's Brent? Here it is, Ideal. Okay, one clear choice. Did I do one clear choice? Hell yeah.
Yes.
Mark, what's a patent check?
What do you mean a patent check?
What is to see if you have an invention? What would you refer that?
Patent search.
A patent search.
Yeah.
And what does that generally run?
$500.
Okay.
And you're having a screaming deal?
Today and today only it's free?
No,
Let's just make a song.
That's mostly my cost to get it done.
Is it?
It's more just to bring clients in.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What's the majority? We'll talk about this when we come back. But what's the majority of searches you do that come back good? Like they can get a patent?
Yeah, I mean, I always hate the statistics question because it's like when you go to the doctor. Well, what are my odds? Like, it doesn't matter what happens with them. I mean, each case is individual, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the time it'll come back.
When Dan goes to the shrink, it's a lot different than when most people go to the shrink.
I mean, sometimes they'll come back with, yeah, it looks clear. Sometimes they'll come back definitely no, and the majority are somewhere in between. Like, looks okay, it's not a definite no, but the examiner may find something, and just that depends. So.
All right, I did not look at all. Dan, you think I can make it? I did not even look.
No.
Lunch?
Lunch.
Ah! You're lunch, baby! Lunch!
I was going to say, I didn't even see anything to toss it into.
Lunch, baby! Bam! In your face!
Well, there was other... You get a dunk. You can't do... That'd be like saying, okay, lunch. Okay.
Hey, bud, you owe me lunch.
Okay, from here, lunch. Or lunch?
No, I'm not getting okie doke like you just did. Farmer Ted. I just rack up the lunches. I am owed so many lunches.
No.
It's beyond anybody.
That brings it up. Remember, it was that poll bet. Did you owe me lunch?
What poll bet? I don't recall any poll bet.
From who's getting elected.
What are you talking about?
You said it was 52-48, whatever. There was.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I'll bring it up there. You remember that.
I remembered what I called you for yesterday.
Oh.
It was either yesterday or the day before. I said to you, what will scare me, tell me if you remember this, what will scare me is if Kim Jong or the little fat kid disappeared from North Korea for a little bit. Because then I'd be afraid that he was going to bomb us. Yesterday on Fox News, headline right around 4 or 5 o'clock, it literally said, no one knows where the son of a bitch is. And I'm thinking, oh, shit. But then he popped up and said he's not going to bomb or whatever.
He says, I'm going to pull him up for the Yankees, do something. He's going to pull away from Guam. I don't think.
Listen, I'm not going to bomb Guam anymore.
Yeah.
That's because China, well, you know what, he was going to bomb Guam in the first place. He doesn't have a death wish, I don't think.
Well, I don't think he's
I heard the first place they hit is Evergreen.
That's likely.
Franktown, then Evergreen. Actually, Colorado Springs would probably, isn't that where NORAD is or whatever?
Yeah.
We're probably all screwed. I mean, we're probably smack in the middle of a target if it turned into something like that.
Yeah, well, the whole Denver area is California. Well, the coast.
The coast would go. New York would go. Washington.
Like to go big cities, yeah.
Yeah, but Denver, just because of NORAD.
Yeah, but it's farther away, though.
Yeah, but Russia and China, shit, they don't care. It's nothing.
Oh, them, I thought you meant the fat kid.
Oh, the fat kid couldn't hit Hawaii. I don't think he'd hit Guam.
He's lucky he hit the Pacific.
I don't think he can set a suitcase bomb off at his own house.
The lowest delivered price. I'm a finance guy. If me, your choice of leasing with Alliance is the obvious one for your business. Learn more at Alliance.
What's this landmark garage one?
Alliance.lease. Alliance Leasing, your key.
Oh, Michael, follow up.
Prep Wendy that just, I don't want her to drop off. I want to go to her pretty quick. All right, 303-713-8255.
Man, we've got a lot going on today. Hey, Mark Treader with Treader Law. By the way, a patent search. Let's say I have an invention, or I'm thinking of an invention. I assume before I would have a patent done or pay for that kind of money, you would do a search on it.
It depends. Sometimes you want to, sometimes you don't. That's always a prudent course of action. But if you've got a deadline coming up, if you're going to take it on Shark Tank, for example, you don't want to sit there and wait for a search result. You want to get something filed right away. So
you want to get it filed. And when they see these lead generators and stuff, I mean, what blows me away about you is you're actually... Well, a lot of people don't know this, but a patent attorney, you went through law school, but you're also an engineer.
Right, you have to have a science background.
You got to have everything. Well, okay, what else do you have? What engineering degrees do you have?
I have environmental, civil...
Mechanical?
Mechanical.
That's incredible. Can you believe that? How many years of school did you... See, you either call the guy at midnight that basically calls and hooks you up with any attorney in the world, and you pay $1,000 for the search, or you call Mark the attorney, the guy directly, and what is a patent search?
We'll do it for $500.
How do you even pay? I mean, that's about what cost would be.
It is. It pretty much is, but we want to see if we can find out if there's something out there that's going to be a waste of money to pursue it.
But you can do the trademarks, you can do patents. What's the biggest part of your business generally?
Mostly patents, but a lot of trademark too, because they kind of go hand in hand.
Well, you do all of ours.
Right, we do.
You just did our logos. You just did, what did we do? Troubleshooter. We did referral list.
Right.
A handful of them. You can't go wrong with this guy. So anyhow, let me get Mark's out. He's been here forever. And any questions you have, I realize lines are full, but any questions you have for Mark, call 720. This is at his office. You'll talk to people. I mean, if they call up and just talk to you, you'll give them an idea what they're looking at.
Oh, definitely. We can give them an idea of what their options are and what some of the costs are.
Okay, 720-221-3708. You can always find them on referrallist.com, but Mark will always talk to you. 720-221-3708 or us-patentattorney.com. Very simple like that. Wendy, you have been holding so long. I appreciate it. How can I help you, Wendy?
Well, I sent you an email. I bought a brand new KB Homes home, and we're coming up on the 1-year warranty, and I had an inspection done, and the inspector noted, and I had noted this after closing, or after the install of the fence, that Custom Fence Company installed the fence, so there's a huge knot right where the fence mechanism...
Do we have a picture of this? She's saying she sent something.
Oh, let me send that to you, Mark. Sorry.
Yeah, hold on a second, Wendy. So basically, on the fence, the outdoor fence, what, going into the backyard?
Yes, these are duplexes, and there's a privacy fence on the side of the house.
Okay, so the privacy fence on the gate, what is the issue again?
The privacy fence has the gate posts, and the gate post on one side of the gate post, right where they installed the gate hardware, there's a huge knot where if they had simply turned that gate post 45 degrees, there would not have been a knot there.
What do you want them to do?
I would like them to
I got
turn
the
that
picture.
fence post just 45 degrees so that the gate won't continue to fail.
I
this
see.
mechanism continues to fail.
This figure 2 here.
Yes.
It says, and this is the inspector that wrote, the gate hardware was installed over a knot in the post. I mean, it's not loose, though, is it?
It continues to loosen. When I first brought it to their attention, they installed this fence after closing. So had had it been installed prior to closing, I would have complained about it then.
Yeah, but I'm saying, if I go look at it right now, is it loose or not? Can you just tighten it up?
It keeps loosening. It keeps loosening because the hole, you can see the bolt, there's a bolt there that tries to go into the hole. And the bolt is either not long enough or the hole is so deep, I can't
So
see
why can't they just put a bigger bolt in?
That's what I've asked them to do, or to turn it.
Well, to turn it, it's probably cemented into the ground. I mean, turning it would be outrageous, in my opinion. Why couldn't they just put a bigger bolt in it?
Or change the mechanism so that it's not over the hole. I mean, even put it up higher or down lower, but they will do nothing.
What is the actual, is the problem, I'm trying to figure this out, is the problem that it's actually loose, or you don't like the cosmetic look of it because the knot's there?
I don't care about the cosmetic look. I'm more concerned about the continued failure of the mechanism.
I'm torn on this one. I mean, I'm looking at this picture. It's hard to go after a builder over something, honestly, this minute.
It sounds small. It is. And you have...
Is the rest of the home good?
Pretty much, yeah.
Geez, you're telling me they won't come out and just put a bigger bolt in it. Have you actually called them, or are you telling them you want that whole thing moved?
I sent a whole email asking them to do something about it, and they say that knots are normal. I understand knots are normal. Knots are not normal under a mechanism. I don't care about the knot. I care about the security for my
See, it just says the gate hardware was installed over a knot in the post. It doesn't even say it was loose. It doesn't say anything else about it.
It was loose. They went out, and this is the second time they've gone out.
Dan, did you look at this? Suzanne, who looked at this one?
She said that I talked to her earlier, and
go ahead.
This is one of those tough ones and stuff, because I think you could just fill it with silicone or wood putty or something that would hold it.
Yeah. Well, of course. I mean, go ahead.
My concern is that after the 1-year warranty, it'll fail completely, and then their problem will become my problem.
You know what, Wendy? I don't think so. I don't think it will. Honestly, it is a tough one, and you know what? I'm going to pass. I'm not going to call KB Homes on this. I mean, I would ask them to put a larger bolt in or go out and buy a bigger bolt. I mean, Dan, you're a kind of a handyman kind of guy.
Yeah, that's how I would do. It's like
just a little larger bolt.
Bolt all the way through.
I mean,
I mean, some of the stuff that we've seen on home warranties, they don't do many things, and if you're...
This comes down to a bolt. It's not even the bolt. It comes down to, basically, all the guy said in here was it was installed over a knot. It doesn't say it's loose. It doesn't say anything else. It looks like, actually, the house, according to this, I mean, there was a couple little things, but for a new house and a punch list, I think she did okay. You can free up that line, Suzanne. I'm going to pass. 303-713-8255. I'm sure she didn't want to hear it, but my God, how much do you think that bolt would be? Like a little longer?
Probably $1.
My God, can you imagine, Ed? Hey, Tom, I'm glad you're back. Guess what we solved? We can add $1 to that $100 million thanks to this bolt. I don't know what else to say. Shannon's got a follow-up. Actually, it looks like Deputy Dan does. This one was interesting, Shannon. I kind of was looking at this, and I do believe we received a letter, or a statement, I should say, from this RV company, Lazy Days RV. But you bought a new RV. Now, granted, it was a model year older, right?
Yes.
But it was still brand new. You're the first owner, correct?
Correct.
And they sold it as new.
Correct.
But
it had my warranty and paperwork.
But it had some cosmetic, at least according to them it's only cosmetic, damage. Try to describe that to us.
So, you mean the damage, or...
Yeah, the damage.
Okay, so it came to our attention in June that there was at least 10 things going on with her unit, but the majority ones that are definitely of concern is a bubbled roof all over.
Now, when you say a bubbled, if I get up and look at it, I can see it's just not smooth?
That is correct.
Okay, so why won't they fix it?
Well, they originally said they would fix it. Now they're saying they will not, because Forest River's saying it's going to be cosmetic because it is not leaking at this time.
Okay.
So I guess we have to see when it leaks to get it fixed.
Well, I don't know.
Honestly,
I don't know if it leaks or not, but if I bought a brand new one, my understanding was they're saying we're not going to fix any of this. The manufacturer, not Lazy Days. So there's a couple things I want to ask you about this.
Correct.
Did they know this damage was there when they sold it to you, and did they disclose it?
They did know, and no, they did not disclose it.
How do you know they knew?
I know this because speaking with Sarah Lundeen, the manager, because I thought, just so you know, when I did speak to her that Saturday prior, when I first learned about all these things going on.
Where is that email? You should have it. It's one of the
Keep going.
So anyway, so when I first learned about this, I thought they did like a thorough look over of our unit besides the electrical we brought it in for.
Yeah.
And so when I tried to call our case manager for it, so to say, Stephanie, she never called back. So when I went in to talk to Sarah, the manager, I brought up these. I said, oh, I guess Jesse just found out about these, your mechanic? And she goes, no, we haven't even looked at your unit. And I was like, wait. And that's when it unfolded, and she said, these are things that have been wrong with your unit. And I told her, we never knew anything about this. She apologized and said, well, I wasn't there at, your walkthrough, so I don't know what happened. And I have a printout from the warranty department of Forest River that in March, around, it began March 20th up until the 20th, that Lazy Days, the one in Johnstown, submitted claims
on
my unit.
So you know because it had problems to begin with.
Right, and here's the thing. When I purchased my unit on the 30th, picked it up the 1st of February, it has been in my possession this whole time until I brought it in June for electrical.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why they didn't fix it properly. Reading from what they're saying, they contacted, I'm paraphrasing, they contacted Forest River, the manufacturer, and the manufacturer is saying it is not under warranty because it's cosmetic only.
That is correct. And here's what
they also say this part kind of bothers me. This is not about the manufacturer, but they're basically saying we also, in fact, here's exactly what they say, quote, we also encourage our buyers to thoroughly check out the vehicle that they intend to purchase. Well, I guess if I go in and I'm buying a brand new car or a brand new RV or a brand new something, I would assume it's brand new and in good shape. Hold on a second, though. I do got to take a break, so hold on. The more I look at this, Dan, you've looked into this. What do you make of this?
They knew about it prior to.
Yeah, but I mean, because it's just cosmetic. Do we have pictures of it?
I have. Yes, she sent as far as.
I don't like their reply. And guess who their replies from? Their replies from Missy McFarland
from Florida,
from B2 Communications. I guarantee if we look up B2 Communications, they're a PR company. You know what? I don't mind PR companies, but this is a customer that bought something that has an issue with it, and they have a PR company answering. This seems kind of ridiculous. I call up, people on our referral list and have a problem. I'm not getting a PR company.
Right.
This report is brought to you by Office Depot Office Max. Crews are working a serious crash off highway. Northbound Parker Road is shut down between Pine and E470 due to this crash. No estimated time when the roadway will reopen. If you can, just avoid the area for now. Traveling back out on the highways, a little bit of delay downtown on northbound I-25 approaching Colfax, backups to 6. That's typical. Westbound I-70 slow in that typical spot between Vasquez and 270, and westbound I-270 slow either side of Vasquez. The weather forecast. Well, a 20% chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high near 84. Right now, cloudy and 73. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW. Shop the Office Depot Office Max Back to School 1 cent event going on now. Select items 1 cent each. In-store only, limit 3 each while supplies last. Offer with $5 minimum purchase before tax. Ends 8/26.
Hey, it's Lynn.
And Michelle, the sisters from Brothers.
And we appreciate that juggling act you do every day.
The one where you jump between work,
the kids,
and every other obligation you have. That's some fancy footwork.
But when a broken down air conditioner at your house gets you hot and bothered,
Brothers gets you back up and running.
Pronto.
No wiggling on the cost either, thanks to our precise price.
You'll know the amount up front before any work starts.
Brothers Plumbing, Heating and Electric.
Book online at brothersplumbing.com.
If you have knee arthritis, don't be tempted or forced into surgery just because you've been told you're bone on bone. If you want options other than surgery, finding a doctor who's focused on deferring or eliminating the need for a total knee replacement is key, because knee replacement is major surgery with all the risks and complications of bleeding or infections. So we ask, wouldn't it make more sense to try proven and less invasive procedures before having surgery?
So I guess I don't understand what this is.
So that's the
Parks total. Oh, this is like page, I don't see anything.
the second page. The first page has got a...
But what is this? Oh, this is all the warranty stuff.
Right.
But they fixed all this.
No, they did not.
Oh, they didn't?
Well, see, this stuff here, this is what she's got starred out there. So they actually put hours to fix it. Hours 12 to fix that, hours 35 to fix this.
This is the actual problem?
Yes.
God, I don't like this.
These are the problems. This, and then the one down.
Mark, if you bought an RV, brand new, and then you find out there's a bunch of what you would consume or assume is warranty work, but you figure out that if it's just cosmetic, it's not going to be covered by warranty. The dealer knew about these things and didn't disclose it to you. Once again, it's a brand new vehicle, your first owner. I mean, shit, that's no good.
They didn't see these issues.
The dealer did because they turned in a warranty thing under it.
Right, but they didn't tell the customer.
But they didn't tell the customer when they purchased it. But they never did the warranty work. It never got done, right?
Right. And then they brought it.
So they knew about the damage and they knew it wouldn't be covered because it's cosmetic, but they didn't tell the buyer.
I'm a finance guy. To me, the choice of leasing with Alliance is the obvious one for your business. Learn more at alliance.lease. That's right, just type Alliance.
Was she bitchy or what?
Alliance Leasing, your key to the perfect lease.
She's something you all want to feel. No one knows this better than Serta, America's #1 mattress manufacturer. This Labor Day, discover Serta's amazing mattress lineup.
When did the buyers see it? Then when they took it back for electrical panel.
Did we actually call Lazy Days?
Yeah.
And this is the only response we got.
I talked to the lawyer that she'd been talking to in Arizona, and then I told her, I says, we're going to bring it on the show. And then Miss Missy and stuff sent me this and called me and said, hey, we're not going to come on the show. This is our response. Go ahead, share this. I said, okay. Lazy Days would never come on from Longmont where they bought it from.
They just won't come on.
They won't even return a phone call.
Okay, well, let me make sure you tell me that.
And free shipping. That's mypillow.com. Promo code SKY or call 1-800-635-1825. 1-800-635-1825.
I think this is actually. What do you think, Mark, for real? Do you understand the situation? Did I explain it well enough?
Me?
Yeah.
So what were the problems?
So she goes to buy a brand new one, okay? The roof of the RV, it's got bubbles in it.
Right.
Apparently they knew this.
Yes.
They didn't disclose it and she bought it. She sees the bubbles later. They say it's cosmetic only, it's not under warranty.
Well, first they said they would fix it during the off season.
Hold on, I got to get this clear, folks. I got to understand this. Shannon, help me out here.
You went and bought this RV. How much was it, by the way?
$20,000.
$20,000 from Lazy Days RV, right?
Correct. The one in
Okay.
Johnstown.
So you bought it, and then after you purchased it, how did you find out? Let's just talk about the one big problem, the roof. How did you find out there was bubbles on it? Did you climb up there? What?
No, Sarah Lundin, the service manager.
Yep.
Well, excuse me, the Saturday prior, when I called about my unit to see if someone could call me back when it'd be fixed, the gentleman...
Because it was in, hold on, was it in for a different reason?
Totally different.
Okay,
we said
so...
there's something electrical.
That's
and
fine.
That's all we brought it in for. Yep.
So you brought it back, back for warranty work, then they call you and what?
And no, they never have called me. I called many times, multiple
Okay,
times.
Shannon, hold on.
The gentleman I talked to?
Shannon, hold on. You bring it back for the warranty work. How did you find out there was a problem with the roof?
Because of the gentleman on the phone gave me a list of things that was wrong with my unit.
From Lazy Days?
Yes. Yep. And I said, I think you have the wrong file.
I
just
see.
have electrical.
And that's what this list
Correct.
is on this thing.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so one of the things on this list is roof bubbled all over, debris under material, authorization request, remove all vents, blah, blah, blah.
Correct.
35 hours. Now, you said, okay, we'll get this stuff fixed, and they said it's not covered because it's cosmetic?
They said they will cover it in the off-season, the list. And I said, this is what I was told thereafter from Sarah Lundeen, the service manager. We can fix it in the off-season because we're very busy right now, and there's no safety issues with that between now and your,
Well, is that true? I mean, let's be reasonable here. If that's true, and if you can go camping, no one's going to be looking at the roof. I mean, if that's true, what's the big deal?
Right. So we would like it taken care of in the off-season.
Okay.
And the rear wall that is wavy.
Okay.
And there's also a crack in the fiberglass, which is...
But all of that is on this sheet I'm looking at.
Yep.
So what's... Okay, they're going to take care of it on the off-season. It's not a safety issue. What's the problem?
They won't take care of it.
So now they're saying they're not going to take care of it. Dan?
That's it. They're saying Forest River is denying the claim because of cosmetic, which, by the way, they've never even had to take... My unit has never been there to take pictures.
Okay, hold on a second. Mark Trenner, attorney at law. Let me ask you, Mark. So it is evident that they knew this stuff needed to be done because they have this sheet on it right here. They sold it to her. Let's talk about disclosure. Because the dealer knew there was problems, they're not safety problems, and I don't know what the contract is, nor do I know the norms of selling a fifth wheel or a trailer.
Right, same here, but it kind of seems like they should disclose it's the defect, right?
Well, and
especially if they knew about it. If they didn't know about it,
but they
that might
did.
be one thing, but they knew about it, and they seem to have some evidence that they knew about it.
So when you brought it back in for the electric problems, how do you know they didn't find all this stuff at that time, Shannon?
Correct. I assumed they did until my husband and I were grateful that this guy Jesse looked it over well enough. We said, all right, I guess we'll deal with it. I did not know till Tuesday, the 19th, when I went in there to speak with Sarah Lundeen, the service manager, that she goes, no one's looked at your unit yet. And I said, it's been sitting here 3 weeks. I thought Jesse just looked it over. That's why we have this printout. She goes, no one's even looked at your unit.
So when did you buy it? Because everything's dated on here 3/2.
I bought it January 30th. That's when I signed the papers.
Yeah, but on this what you sent me, everything is 3/2/17 on here. So it looks like this was done after the fact, after you bought it.
Yes, it has been. The unit was in my possession. There's no way they could have sent the pictures or done anything without my unit. It's been in my possession.
Dan?
At a location, you know what I mean, where we store it.
So the way I take it, Mark, is that they tried to send it in for the warranty work while after she had sold it, and then they couldn't get it done, and so they reneged on it.
Suzanne, did we try to reach out to this Missy McFarland?
We sure did. I called her. I spoke with her.
What'd she say?
She said she cannot come on air. She's only there to provide information.
Well, provide me this information, Missy. Why did your client, and I say client because she works for B2 Communications. I love this. Here's Shannon, buys an RV for 20 grand. There's issues on there that she bought it like that, and brand new. Remember, this is brand new with a warranty. Now they said they're going to fix these issues. All of a sudden they say they're not going to fix these issues. So she goes, why? And then who responds? Not the service manager, not other people. Missy McFarland, who lives in Florida for B2 Communications. I mean, right there, I don't understand that. If I called Colorado Springs Dodge, who's on our referral list, after I bought a Dodge and had a problem, I don't expect to get a call from B2 Communications.
And I've left several messages at the Lazy
What are they, special down at Lazy Days RV? I mean, really, are they just lazy? I mean, why is that why they're called Lazy Days RV? Honest to God.
I don't know.
Hold on. I mean, Shannon, this is crazy. Can we at least reach out to their service department? Is this how it works? We reach out to them and then Missy calls us back? Is that how this has been going down? That's it?
So what happened was...
Hold on. Well, this is a hard break. I have no choice to take it. Listen, we've got another hour to go. I promise Michael, Paula, Tom, everybody else will get to you. 303-713-8255. Mark Trenner staying another hour. I'm Mark Major. We'll be back after these messages.
Excel Roofing is one of the best.
That's bullshit.
I've never got a call from Lazy Days in Long Beach.
That is absolute bullshit.
When I called them to talk to Sarah, the service manager.
Dan?
Fee in his contract. He doesn't
I think you need Dan.
He wants you to want.
Turn your mic off before you start talking.
Oh. Your mic, he had to kill your mic. It's off now. Sorry, go ahead.
So then they send me to Monica in Arizona for Lazy Days. And I told Monica, I said, we're bringing this on the air.
And then we get it back from these people.
Right. And then it goes to Missy. And then, but Longmont, Lazy Days in Longmont, where they bought it from, has never returned a call.
303-761-6400. Call whether you have old damage
or
you simply need repair.
Granted,
What you've called?
I called several times, left messages for Sarah, the service manager, who Shannon's been talking with, and she's never, ever called back.
KHOW Denver.
That's bullshit.
And they knew they were going to come on the radio about this, and that's why they sent that. And they sent that to Tom also, so they've heard of the Tom Martino show, because I didn't tell them to send it to Tom, I just told them to send it to me. And they sent a separate one to Tom.
President of the Alliance for American Manufacturing, announced he's leaving the panel as well. Paul joins the CEOs of Merck, Under Armour, and Intel in resigning in apparent protest.
And to another dealer that they took it with, there's too much damage there for them to even take care of it.
What do you mean?
It'd be cheaper to replace the whole thing than it would be to try to repair it.
I think this is bullshit. And then these guys hide behind B2 Communications.
Hemisphere across the wider world.
These are the kind of things we just got to get. We got to get Cranac. We've got to just. These are the kind of things we just got to just get handled. We got to sue them. I mean, for the life of me, why they won't fix it and why they didn't disclose it or discount it.
Right.
I mean, shit. You tell them. You tell people there's something wrong with it. I'd be off my fucking rocker. The difference is I drive it down and park it in front of their damn thing until they fixed it.
Yeah. So they took it to another one, Great Outdoors, and this is another dealership. Now, granted, every dealership says, well, I never would have sold that. And that's what they said. But they did try to go to Forest River, who made it, and Forest River declined also the warranty work to them.
I wonder if they got a discount from Forest River because there was issues.
I said that exact same thing to Shannon.
So finally got to talk to the Wiggins police officer.
Oh, what'd they say?
He goes, well, no guarantees. I'll reach out to Judy and get all the information. He goes, why didn't the Denver police contact him? And I said, well, they don't want to come all the way out to Wiggins.
They're not getting, it's not even their jurisdiction.
Right. I said, so.
But the accident happened in Denver, right?
Or Denver or Aurora?
But it's still jurisdiction. You can't go out there and snag someone in a different jurisdiction.
Real quick, curious one on line 2. He bought a bunch of tax liens from Jeffco. One of the pieces of land doesn't
collection down.
Are we done with Shannon?
I hope you got it cheap. No, I'm going back to Shannon.
Okay.
I don't like this Lazy Days.
I don't even understand the product, and then we'll listen to it. What's going on with that?
Well, she bought a brand new motorhome that's got a ton of problems that aren't under warranty. And they knew about the problems and never disclosed it.
Brand new? I thought it was used.
No, brand new, a year older.
It's like how I buy a car the year before.
Wow.
Every
Are you
single
calling the service department, Dan?
Oh, I've called several times and never. Longmont is where they bought it. Lazy Days in Longmont. Never have they returned a call. They referred me to Monica. Monica called me from Arizona, and then when I told them they were coming on the air, then they gave me this Missy from Florida.
Who's the builder of the
Forest River?
Forest River. They're declining the warranty because it's only cosmetic. The problem is the dealership knew about it. We'll do an update on this Weld County. What is there, one cop down in Weld? Do you know anything about it?
He said I need to talk to my...
Is it Weld County?
It's, no. Here.
Okay, just have your ducks in a row, the guy's name.
What guy's name?
The cop you talked to.
I didn't get his name.
You don't remember his name?
Help me if you can. All right, we've got so much going on. I'm going to make this intro fast and sweet. It's the only show of its kind. We solve problems. We answer questions. We take your complaints. And right now, we're going to get right to business. I've been talking about this Lazy Days RV, and I got to tell you, I think they put the okie doke, in my opinion, on Shannon. She goes out, she buys this brand new. Well, it's a year old, but it's still brand new. She's a first registered owner. Brand new. And they knew it had some of these cosmetic problems. One of them's bubbling all over. I'm looking at the printout from the dealership of all the problems with it. Now, Deputy Dan, I get this letter
that's basically from B2 Communications, which is a company out of Florida that does PR for companies, but you have left numerous messages for Lazy Days RV in Longmont.
Right.
I mean, have you talked to anybody there?
Nobody in Longmont has ever returned my call.
Not one time.
And then they bounced me to Monica in Arizona.
What does Monica in Arizona say? So Lazy Days, I think the name is perfect, but keep going. So what does Monica say?
Monica tried to find out why they weren't going to do this, and I told them we're going to bring it on the radio show.
Yep.
And then she referred me to Missy in Florida.
So then they go to the PR. I understand. So this is simple. You've got a problem in Longmont with Lazy Days RV. So what they do is they basically tell you to call where? California? Where was it?
Arizona.
Arizona. So then you call Arizona, and Arizona tells you to call Florida.
Correct.
Then the person in Florida sends us this that basically says, too bad, so sad. And I'm paraphrasing, but that's how I read it. That's my opinion of what this crap says right here. And then we never hear from anybody in Longmont where she actually bought it.
Not a word.
I mean, my God, Shannon, this I feel for you here. I would be livid if I purchased this thing. Livid.
I am.
I'm livid, and I didn't even
from the
purchase
one in
it.
Johnstown there. And I really want to say quick, the pictures I sent you from a different RV place that has been working with us.
Yes.
And that's the Great Outdoors. They're the ones that took these thorough pictures, not Lazy Days. They've
Okay,
never
here's
done
what I would
anything
like.
yet.
Here's what I'd really like. Where do you reside? Where do you live? Where is this thing?
Well, I live in Greeley.
Okay, well, here's what I would like. When can you come by the iHeart station here with this thing so we can look at it live during the show and I can explain to everybody what to expect if you buy something from Lazy Days RV?
Let's see. I have to have my
Car
husband
Friday.
drive it.
Car Friday would be great if we could do this live on a Friday. Go ahead, Dan.
RV Friday, you mean?
Yep, that's right. RV Friday. Lazy Friday. We'll call it Lazy Days Friday. I can't believe this company. So once again, though, you call Longmont because you got a problem with something they sold you. They have you call, I already forget, Arizona. Then Arizona tells you to call Florida.
No, she just called on her own.
And then B2 Communications writes us back. Then Suzanne tries to get more clarification and have Missy come on the air. Missy's from Florida, by the way, and if you've lost track of everything, well, so have I. So at this point, what happens is she won't come on the air. Shannon, I feel for you, and I'm going to fight for you on this one because I think they okey-doked you. The fact, this is my opinion, but the fact that they knew, and it sure looks like they knew, all this work needed to be done, and they didn't disclose any of it to you, to me, is a problem. I think they okey-doked you. I think they screwed you. And quite frankly, I'm sick of companies like this. You know what? I never got complaints on Lazy Days before, but I got to tell you, here's what's killing me, Deputy Dan, Suzanne, Deputy Daphne. My God, we call them. They have us call Arizona. Some lady from Florida calls back. What is this? What am I in the Twilight Zone? Is this a brand new Twilight Zone episode? I mean, my God. Let's get all of her information. I want to set it up. I want her to drive her nice Forest River, brand new Forest River RV or camper, whatever it is. I want her to drive it up to the iHeart station. You do it anywhere from 10 to 1, and we're going to talk about this wonderful, wonderful RV, Lazy Days sold them. That's what we're going to do. So let's get that done. What do you say? Mark Trenner, attorney at law, what do you say? Would you be livid if you bought it, found out all this work needed to be done, they never disclosed it?
Yeah, but I mean, unless there was some sort of discount talked about when you purchased it.
I wonder if the manufacturer gave Lazy Days a discount.
That's a good wonder.
I wonder if it's like a hail damage thing.
Right.
I can't say certain words. I can't say certain words, but you guys know what it is, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that they treat her this way, and then their communication skills, including B2 Communications. Hey, make sure we send them a link to this on Facebook, too, so B2 Communications can check that out. Or they can always go to, the best app in the world, the iHeart app, and they can download us. By the way, we're one of the most downloaded podcasts. Do you know that? Hundreds of thousands. It's absolutely amazing how many people listen to us, and I wonder how many locations Lazy Days RV has. And if you've had problems with Lazy Days RVs, I'd like to know. I would like to know. This sounds like a big problem. Tom, it says up here you bought tax liens from the county. What county did you buy the liens from?
The county was Jefferson County.
Okay, and how many did you buy?
I bought about 50 tax liens that particular year. That was 2007, and I buy tax liens on a pretty regular basis.
I got to tell you, it's one. If you know what you're doing, it's not huge income, And what I mean by that is what does Jefferson pay right now? Like 7-8% if it doesn't get paid? What is the guarantee?
Yeah, it's mandatory to pay 9% over the prime rate.
Yep.
So at that time it was 10%.
Oh, wow. So that's a good return. So what's the problem? It says one piece of land doesn't exist.
Yeah, so what they did is they sold me this tax lien, and then over a period of years, I continue to pay the taxes. I have about $10,000 into this, and I decided, you know, I better try and get the land because it was obvious the owner had no interest in
paying it.
In paying it. So I requested, you know, the packet, and I paid another $500, and then you know, they notified, they printed a newspaper saying they, you know, they notify everybody that, you know, that they're going to turn the land over to give the owner an opportunity to redeem it. And then.
So when did it turn out it's non-existent? Does Jefferson County acknowledge it's not existent?
Yes. Okay. So planning and zoning says it does not exist, but the assessor and the treasurer say that it does exist.
Well, okay, this is a very, what's the plot number? I mean, you should be able to look this thing up. I mean, is it real or not?
You can see it on paper. So I'm driving right now, so I don't have the plot number here.
Okay.
But I can send you the details.
Okay.
So yeah, you can actually go online. You can see it. The owner, you know, is my company, Rocking Horse Winters, and we, you know, it shows the map and everything.
But if you drive there, it's not there.
Well, if you drive there, so this is what happened when originally the county called me and said, there's a problem with this land. There's a little bit of a property dispute, a boundary dispute.
Okay.
And we're going to cut the land down below an acre. It was about an acre and a quarter when I got it. And they said, do you still want it? And I said, well, are you going to give me a refund? And they said, oh, no, we're not giving you a refund. And I said, well, then what are my options?
Geez, hey, Mark, I just thought of something. Mark, I don't know if you'll know the answer to this, but basically he buys his tax lien. Let's say it's 1.5 acres, 1 1/4. They say, whoops, the property wasn't there. You know, they probably had it checked, and it turns out to be less than an acre. They won't give him a refund. Would governmental immunity, I bet, would come into effect on it, demanding a refund? What do you think?
It might, and also with these tax liens, I know that you kind of buy them at your own risk.
You do? Man, Tom, this really sucks.
Well, you buy them at your own risk. So I hired a lawyer, and as he said, now, it isn't just a property dispute. What happened is the planning and zoning, I went to them, and they said, Tom, this doesn't exist at all. The property is non-existent.
Tom, let me ask you this. Tom, I need one straight answer from you. Are you 100% sure it does not exist at all?
I am 100% sure it does not exist.
Then there's no way they can't give you a refund, and I'm going to stick the woodpecker on it. Seriously, and, Deputy Daff, call up. Do you understand? I'll explain it to you afterwards if you need, but basically he bought something. Well, he didn't actually buy the land, but he was trying to. But anyhow, it doesn't exist.
They gave me title to land that doesn't exist. And here's the crazy part. They send me taxes every year on this parcel. And then here's the thing. They've acknowledged it didn't exist because after I didn't pay the taxes, they didn't put it back out on the lien market.
Okay, hold on. I get it. Listen, I need all this information. You need to send that over, Tom. Let me pull him back up. Tom, you got to send over everything you got to live@troubleshooter.com.
Okay, say that again, please.
Live, L-I-V-E, at troubleshooter.com. Just send me send me whatever you got. Hold tight. Deputy Daff, basically you're going to get a hold of the county assessor in the county, I think he said Jefferson, and figure out how they do tax liens on property that doesn't exist. I understand you buy them at your own risk, but my God, if it doesn't exist, that's a whole different issue. Mark, agreed? Or you think it's possible they could buy at your own risk and it doesn't exist?
It's possible with the government. Anything's possible.
Well, right? It's possible you can't go after them for damages, but I mean, it's insane. Can you imagine that? Yeah. You buy, this guy said he bought 50 of them, right, and this one doesn't exist.
Right.
In fact, it's almost hard to believe. I'd like to know from Jefferson County, when you get in touch with them, they've got to make this right. All he wants back is the tax money he's been paying, and where did that tax money go? If it didn't exist, what property taxes was he paying?
I mean, you would think logically that they would work with him on this and refund him the money because it didn't exist, but who knows?
It's I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It's crazy. 303-713-8255. Paula, what's going on?
Hi. Well, a little bit of a backstory. My car was stolen in April, I incurred all out-of-pocket expenses, so I went to a dealer in Commerce City in May.
Yeah.
And I purchased a 2008 Jeep Compass. And he kept going back to his AAA business rating and have never sold a car that was any issues or anything like that.
But it's a used car, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. I picked it up, and that was Friday night. Saturday morning, I got in it and started driving it, and it started messing up.
Why didn't you have it checked out when you bought it?
I drove it with him, and he assured me that it was in good condition.
How'd that work out for you?
Well, not very well.
Okay.
Fast food.
And the reason I do that, to understand, Paula, the reason I kind of give you a little hell like that is because I want other people to understand when they purchase a used car, they're truly buying it as is. They are buying it as is, unless there's a warranty on it and it's stated in the contract there's a warranty. You basically bought whatever it is. So now where are we at? Are they going to fix it? Do they not want to do anything? Where does the problem go?
So I had it to his mechanic. His mechanic couldn't figure anything out. They suggested I take it back to the Jeep dealer. So
what's the dealership called?
Yeah, it's actually at the dealership right now.
No.
So
who'd you purchase it from? That's all right.
I purchased it from Auto Right Sales in Commerce City, and Ray Williams is the owner's name.
Okay. So Ray's mechanic, what is the car doing?
The transmission stops working. So it's got a CVT tranny in it, and it stops shifting.
It just stops.
In the middle of driving.
Oh, my. So it's a big problem.
Did it pass inspection?
She didn't get inspected. Oh, you mean like... it's not going to matter. I just already know that's going to be a rabbit hole, not even to go down with her. So what is Ray... So Ray's mechanic looked at it, he couldn't fix it, you brought it to the actual Jeep dealership, and what are they saying is wrong with it?
Well, so they told me, they essentially said it was fixed after doing some work on it in July.
Okay.
I have driven it for a month. Last Thursday, like 4 weeks to the day I got it back, it stopped working again.
So did you bring it back to the dealership?
I had it towed back to the dealer.
Hey, by the way, who ended up paying the bill at the dealership?
I paid it, ended up financing the bill, and they encouraged me to take out an extended warranty, which I did in July. Because I kind of had a feeling that, I was concerned, and so it seemed like a logical choice to take out a warranty on it from this point on, and it's an aftermarket warranty.
Okay, hold on, Paula. I got to take a break, but, I mean, my God, I just can count the number of things you did wrong. Do you realize that warranty is not going to cover anything that's pre-existing? But hold tight. I still want to see if we can help you in one way or the other. I got to tell everybody out there, I am so happy to be doing these spots again. I have used this man so many times I can't even tell you. His name is Buddy Mitchell, and he owns Simply Floors, Inc. In fact, the best way to communicate, you can call him, you can hit the referral list, but if you go to simplyfloorsinc.com, I got to tell you, they are the best flooring company. They got the luxury vinyl tile, they got hardwood, they've got Shaw carpet, they've got every major brand you want, and their price is good, their service is great. Now, I got to tell you, they make it so convenient. If you're shopping around for flooring, you've got to go to simplyfloorsinc.com. Please, I beg you, check them out. I don't care who you go to. You can shop everywhere, but you have to go there and set up an appointment, meet Buddy, meet his crew. They'll come out. They'll do everything there, or you can go to his gorgeous showroom, simplyfloorsinc.com. That's got all the information you need. Simplyfloorsinc.com. I'll say it again because I love Buddy so much. In fact, he just did our new house, did all new carpet in it, simplyfloorsinc.com. Now, here's a guy that we're using right now as well. Suzanne and I got T-boned by this lady. You know what she was doing? This still irritates me. She was screaming at her kids in the back seat. She screams through a red light and T-bones us, Mark. It was the most insane thing ever. It was horrible. Suzanne's nose got broke, back injuries. I mean, the thing was crazy, okay? Absolutely insane. It was the scariest moment that I remember in life. And I got to tell you, after I got up and about, made sure Suzanne was good over in the ambulance, and we checked everything out, I took pictures, and the first call I made, the very first call I made after all this, this graphic violence, quite frankly, and it was a violent accident. I called John Fuller, and he's still working the case, and he's working it hard. You know, they offered us kind of what I assumed or I think is a lowball, and you know what John said? He says, you're absolutely right. Let's go back. Let's fight. Let's fight if we got to go and litigate and we've got to go to court. Do it. You know, most of these attorneys, these ones you see late at night, these personal injury attorneys, Most of them you'll never talk to. You don't talk to the strong arm. You don't talk to these other guys. You talk to their paralegals. You talk to other people that work for them, not with Fuller Law. You're going to discuss your case with John Fuller, and he's the best out there. You can check him out at personalinjuryco.com, but I suggest you write this phone number down, have it with you. I had it in my phone when they T-boned us. 303-597-4500. John Fuller, Fuller Law, 303-597-4500.
This report is brought to you by Troubles
Amazon.
east, southeast, and downtown.
It's a rabbit hole, though.
Actually, north of Hampton, coming into the tech center, watch out for some mild back out of there.
What do you think the sales guys get on those aftermarket warranties?
Oh, wow, ideal. Probably, if it's, I bet they make about 40-50%.
Yeah, that's what I would thought.
Shut down, and no estimated time when it will reopen. The weather forecast, about 20 to 30% chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high near 84. Right now, we've got mostly cloudy skies in the Mile High City and 76 with your traffic at 15. 6:30 K-How.
Amazon is hiring full-time associates at their newest facility in Aurora. Get on-the-job training with their powered equipment. Find out more and
Pure Water and 5.
For jobs, Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, what is the single most important element in our body? Well, you know what it is. It's water. And I got to tell you, Al, he's the owner of Pure Water Choices. And on top of that, here's what I love about it. He's also a master plumber. He's the owner, but this guy is absolutely great. If you're looking for water purification or just have questions on pure water or getting pure water, they do whole house water filtration. They can do the ones just at certain sinks. They can do pretty much anything you want. But what I love about Al is he knows what he's doing. Maybe you're on well water. Maybe you're in the city. He knows what kind of filter you need, what kind of system you need. Maybe you don't need a filter, but I got to tell you, once again, water is for drinking, it's for washing, it's for cooking, and when you use it, you're going to want the best water out there. I promise you, this is the man. He is the water guy, master plumber Al, Pure Water Choices. Anything, if you're thinking of these systems, give him a call. You're not going to find a better company. 720-219-7818. 720-219-7818. You can check him out at referrallist.com or go to purewaterchoices.com.
Glenn Beck. Why does he keep doing this, Bill? Has questions. Any thoughts on that, Bill?
Matthew's Fine Watches. Just bought from Lazy Days.
Oh. Their watches. So, Mark, you have 4 engineering degrees?
3. You don't have bio, do you?
I don't know. How'd you get so many? Jeez, you must have been in school. You must have been in school. And electrical, you said.
How much school?
You must have 600
post high school. 8 years?
No, it was 9 plus some online.
You liked school, though, right?
Nah,
oh, you didn't?
You didn't like it?
Yeah, it was alright.
Damn, that's a lot. Jeez.
Because I started out doing environmental engineering, then decided I wanted to go to law school, do environmental law. Got in law school, realized I wanted to do patent law. So then I
went back to like electrical had been
went back for electrical because all my clients were electrical and computers. So
but that had been the hardest, wasn't it?
No, that's one I did. That's one I did.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of. Because I already had all the basic engineering, I just had to do a few of the electrical courses.
Are you civil?
Yeah, that has environmental civil.
My husband's a mechanical.
I'm a geological, and that was
yeah.
I thought that was the hardest. Like chemistry is crazy.
Even power plants. From solar.
Is Al coming on or no?
Yeah.
All right, we have got so much going on. I swear
time just flies. Remember, you can always reach us when we're not here, either live at troubleshooter.com or 303-MARTINO. That number works on or off the air. It goes right to our voice recordings, and our deputies and people will call you back in the morning. It's pretty cool. But 303-MARTINO, live at troubleshooter.com. We've got a comment. Randy says he's got an option for the Lazy Days RV customer. Randy, what say you?
Hi. I had numerous fifth wheels, and if I understand right, her fifth wheel was manufactured a travel trailer by Forest River.
Yes.
One thing I would advise her to do is go direct with Forest River, and typically the manufacturer will authorize a independent shop.
They declined it.
The independent shop?
No. Forest River declined from the actual dealer that was selling it. That's what the dealer's saying, is that they said because it's cosmetic, they're not going to pay for the warranty.
Hell, I would go direct to Forest River still. I've had 2 Heartland products.
Dan, did she call Forest River directly?
I'm not sure she called them directly, but she also went through another dealership
that sells Forest River.
That sells Forest River, and they were declined also.
So it's been declined twice by Forest River, Randy.
Well, is this what the dealer's telling her, or does she actually?
But why would the second dealer? I mean, I don't even know why the first one, but I mean, they get paid for warranty work like any dealer. Why would they? What dog is in the fight there? Why would they decline it? Why would the second dealer especially say, "Well, we called them up and they declined it"?
Well, typically, dealers are in it to sell new equipment, and if you don't buy it from the dealer, they're reluctant to work on it.
Well, okay, I mean, that's fine, but let me ask you this. You said you've bought a lot of fifth wheels and stuff. I mean, I've owned a Wind River years ago, a huge fifth wheel. In fact, had a fireplace and all this other stuff, but I never had any issues with it, but I never got up on the roof and looked and found warranty issues and all this stuff. But, I mean, if you bought it from someone, then found out they knew about all these damages, wouldn't you be upset?
Oh, I'd be horrendous, yeah.
I'm livid, and I'm not even the one that bought it.
Every day. I'd be camping on their doorstep. But again, I would get confirmation from Forest River, and then I'd also advise her.
Let's do this. You know what? I like what Randy's saying. Just to make sure, once again, I'm going to give this one to... You want this, Deputy Dan or Deputy Daff?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, so let's call up Forest River, get her model number or whatever. It's probably got a VIN number on there. Get the VIN number and see if it's been declined.
And also, I would get on it's called the Frog Group.
Have you ever bought...
Owners Group?
Hold on. Have you ever bought one from Lazy River? Or Lazy Days, I'm sorry.
No, I would not deal with them at all.
Why? Why do you say that?
I've tried to deal with them, and I just don't like their games on selling fifth wheels or selling RVs. They just like to play a numbers game.
Yeah, I got you. All right, hey, I appreciate Randy. We're gonna follow your advice. Deputy Dan's gonna call up, and I know he was gonna say something else about the website. I'll let him say it real quick. What is it like? Go ahead.
I would tell her to get on the Frog Owners Group. It's called Forest River Owners Group.
Got it.
And there's a lot of good information there that they may be able to direct her a way to go to.
That'd be cool. And if Forest River stepped up and repaired it, here's what I wonder, though. I wonder if Lazy Days got it for a discount because there was already damage on it and they kind of made a deal. I mean, I don't know.
It's possible. I mean, it's amazing.
Like hail damage on a brand-new car. I mean, it happens all the time. Hey, Randy, I appreciate it. Ken says he just bought from Lazy Days. Ken, was it a good experience? What happened?
Are you talking to Jim?
Well, I guess I am. It says Ken, but go ahead, Jim. You know what? Maybe it's spelled wrong.
Yeah, I just picked up a fifth wheel from Lazy Days last week.
Did it go good?
And now we listened to you. We followed Tom Martino for decades, and we're not in Denver now, but we listen to you on iHeartRadio. And my experience is at a Lazy Days that is not in Denver.
Where is it?
I got to tell you, it was super. But here's the thing that you're going to be interested in.
Go ahead.
They have something they call a PDI, pre-delivery inspection.
Yep.
And the technician goes with the new owner, and they walk around, they look at everything, and I did that, and I'm very thorough, and I crawl under it and over it. But when I went to get on the roof, they would not let me inspect the roof.
Why?
Well, because they said their insurance would not allow, because at that time it wasn't my RV yet. It was
I got
theirs.
you. I understand.
So they stopped me from inspecting the roof before I actually owned it.
What did the roof look like? Was it okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what would you do if you were in this circumstance? You go down there, you buy it, you find out, and I saw the list of the stuff wrong with this. I mean, it's massive. And then Forest River, the manufacturer, says, well, it's all cosmetic, so we're not going to cover any of it. But this is after Lazy Days told them they were going to go ahead and fix it. But they knew about it before they even sold it.
Well, where is it written that they don't have to fix cosmetic stuff?
That, you know what, that's another good... All I know is it was declined twice, apparently, by Forest River because it's cosmetic, not safety. But you're right. Dan, my God, so if you buy a Forest River, a cosmetic defect doesn't count?
Yeah, that's what they told her.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it, Ken. Ken, you listen on the iHeart app every day?
Yes. Oh, yeah. My wife also.
You know what I love about that iHeart app? I've got Bluetooth in the car, so you can pull up anywhere. And if you have unlimited, if you have unlimited data on your cell phone, you can literally listen to radio stations all across the country or download podcasts and listen to them just when you're in the car. The iHeart app is probably one of the coolest apps out there. Hey, Ken, I appreciate you guys listening. I'll tell Tom how long you've been listening too, man. But wonderful. You can drop him one line open, 303-713-8255, 303-713-8255. We do have a line open. Matthew's Fine Watches. Rick, what is going on?
Well, how you doing? Took a watch into Matthew's Fine Watches, Illuminox. I understand it's not a high-end, but they did some repairs. I authorized it. They just called me back today.
Yeah.
I authorized the additional repairs, but I wasn't happy with it. I called him back and questioned the additional repairs.
After you approved them?
Yes, after I approved
Okay, hold on. That's fine. I want to go to break. I'm going to come right back. I promise I'll pull you up first. But you know how that goes. We got to pay some bills. And speaking of great guys, Dr. Kent Lawson, this guy, Aurora Orthodontics in TMJ. In fact, he's been in studio a couple times. If you want to find basically the best dentist or the best orthodontics guy out there, it's Dr. Kent Lawson. This guy's great. He's great with kids. Did you know if you get your younger kids to Dr. Kent Lawson in Aurora Orthodontics before they truly need braces, so let's say when they're 5, 6, 7 years old, the kids might not need braces. He's got things he can do that it could save you a fortune over time, but more than that, it can make your kids' teeth just perfect over time without having to have braces on there, without surgery. They can do all kinds of stuff, but he's got more than 30 years experience. He owns Aurora Orthodontics, and he also owns NeoSmiles. That's that kid stuff I was telling you about. So if you have young children and you think they're going to need braces, or maybe you did, most kids do need braces, call Dr. Lawson. Just get him in there. He'll talk to you for free. He'll tell you all about it. He can also help with TMJ. He can help with pretty much anything going on with your mouth. And check this out, a lot of these things he can do. If you're on a CPAP machine, you might be able to get rid of that CPAP machine after he's done with you. He's a great guy. He's smart. He's the man. 303-690-0100. 303-690-0100. It's NeoSmiles. Get your kids down there. In fact, Suzanne and I would have definitely brought Miles and Adeline down there if we knew that, because we paid freaking braces for 5 or 6 years. It's crazy. Get them down there. Maybe your kids will never need braces. 303-690-0100. Make an appointment.
This report is brought to you by Life. Big traffic story right now is on the southeast part of town. Northbound Parker Road is shut down.
Hey, Mark, we left that investigation about the strip club down in Greeley.
Strip club?
It was a strip club, right?
Yeah. What was it?
I don't know. Some creepy guy showed up here with an envelope.
You're serious?
Yeah, and it was sitting on your desk because it just, I don't know.
How come I never looked at it?
I don't know.
I probably threw it away.
When you got home.
I gave the stripper $14. She didn't even give me a lap dance.
I guess his brother's like slamming his name or something. I don't know. I just wasn't sure if you read it or not. It just was creepy and.
You know, Deputy Daff's telling me about a problem, I guess, someone had at a strip bar.
But we'll get to that after this. I mean, I'm dying to hear this. What comes into this office is amazing, but I got to tell you something else that's amazing. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, you got to call Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa. They're great, great people, and they know what they're doing. They'll do a comprehensive hearing evaluation. They do all the testing, the diagnostics, and I'll tell you what, they've got this new technology. In fact, Tom was doing it for a while. It's called Synchro or Desynchro, and it's pretty cool. It's this thing that basically makes different tones. It goes into your, and in some cases, depending on the tinnitus you have, you will never, ever, ever suffer from tinnitus again. I can't say it's cured for, I guess, legal reasons, but the bottom line is, if you have tinnitus and you're sick of hearing it, you need to check out this Synchrony. You got to call them up, Dr. Patty, Dr. Lisa, and by the way, any form of hearing aids. Tom got his hearing aids from him. He's going to love that I said that, but he did, and he loves them, and you can't even see him. I didn't even know he wore hearing aids, but yet he hears better than me. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, 303-534-0163, 303-534-0163, or help4ringing.com.
Nothing is more important than your health. Hi, I'm Donnie.
Fitness Gallery Superstore, where we sell the world's finest fitness equipment. We're celebrating our 20 years of keeping Colorado in shape. Everything is 40% off.
Yeah, I didn't get that police officer's name because he had to leave on a call before it all went down. But
I-25 and 58th Avenue, and in Highland Ranch, University and C470. Make sure.
I wonder if that was that same nutcase that showed up a couple times before with the tinfoil on the windows, the whole deal.
oh, I don't know. Strip club guy? Corey was
Rally House.
I'm having a stroke. Are you okay? Okay. I'm having a stroke. Your face looks weird too. I'm having a stroke. Are you having a seizure or something? I'm having a stroke.
Not Raleigh.
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 Able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud.
It does say R.A. It's Raleigh or Raleigh?
Raleigh.
To know the sudden signs.
It's Raleigh, not Raleigh.
A-S-T.
Well, they're spelling it wrong.
No, they spell it like Raleigh, Virginia.
Raleigh somewhere.
Yeah. Where is Raleigh?
15 seconds.
North Carolina.
That can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Know the sudden signs. Face, arm, speech, time. Spot a stroke fast. StrokeAssociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
You know, Tom and I check out every company that we talk about, but I got to tell you one, we actually drove down there and checked it out. Not just in person, but we spent hours down there with these guys, and they're great. It's the Raleigh House, and they treat addiction. Right now, opiates are absolutely, probably the worst thing going on. In fact, I think last year more people died for the first time with opiates and drug overdoses than traffic accidents. But what we really liked about these guys, and personally what I really liked about them, is the first call you make and you talk to them, you know, they have intake people that are going to answer the phone number I have. So if you have a family member or someone else going through something, or yourself, you call up, but the first question is, what insurance do you have, or what is this, or what is that? I got to tell you, these people really care. They're going to talk to you. They do have some in-house financing if you need it, but they're whizzes at getting through your insurance. If you have Obamacare, you know, there's a big portion of it paid, but you need to call these guys if you know someone with a problem. Let's say you know an addict and you can't get through to them. You can call these folks up right now, and they might give you some ways to get through to them. They're going to help you out over the phone. These are great people. They take the time. They take the effort. They got
facilities all around the Denver metro area. They're individual treatment plans. You know, it's medically based. It's real treatment. And you know what? There's a lot of triggers out there. You might be going through a divorce, financial problems, legal problems. It doesn't matter. If you know someone, and most likely you do, that could use the help, the Raleigh House, give them a call right now, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. They can help you get through to your loved one. The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559. Don't wait any longer.
Talking about issues you care about.
Abortion, health care, gun
control. Denver's Talk Station, 630 K-House.
All right, let's move through these calls. 303-713-8255-303. Martino. Let's not forget about Kevin Nigel the first hour, by the way. He's the one that owns A Quality Roof and Remodel. He took $17,000 and spray painted 2 X's on this guy's garage. Like that's where he was going to start work. And guess what he did? Nothing. Nothing. Now, he has refunded $3,000 in the past 70, 80, 90 days because we got involved. But I got to tell you what, he still owes this guy a lot of money, and basically he called up Friday and left a message with us saying, listen, I'm going to have to go bankrupt, and then the guy's not going to get anything. That's my intimidation of Nigel, and I'll do a bankruptcy and blah, 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 and blah, blah. The guy's really a scumbag, in my opinion. A total scumbag. In fact, in my opinion, he's an outright thief. He took $17,000. $17,000 from this poor guy. Up front. Didn't do anything. You can, if you want to call and give someone your hard-earned money, by the way, if you just want to give it to someone, you can call Kevin Nigel, too, with A-Quality Roof and Remodeling. He's at 719-369-1814. All kidding aside, watch out. This guy literally took 17 grand and did nothing.
Well, he spray painted.
Well, that's right. 2 X's.
My goodness.
2 X's where he was going to start. Now, have we tried to reach out to him a few more times?
Yes, Mark, he's not answering.
You know, babe, I can't stand this guy.
I know.
Some guys get under my skin in how you take 17 grand. Then that message he left is ridiculous.
When I was talking to him, I could tell you didn't like him when you walked over to my desk.
Yeah, and the only reason I didn't just go off on him right there on the speakerphone was because I didn't know what the deal was. Were we trying to squeeze him for a few more thousand or whatever?
Just trying.
Yeah, and then he threatens bankruptcy. He says, I can't make the payment this month. There's a good chance I can't make the payment next month. And we have it all on recording, and maybe we'll play it at a later time.
And it's a little disheartening because you're probably right. He's, robbing Peter to pay Paul,
yeah,
Mark,
so that's
sucks.
the problem. So whoever he calls, just don't call him. If you see this number pop up, 719-369-1814, or if you want to call him and ask him when he's going to give the guy his money back. I mean, basically, he stole it, in my opinion. 303-713-8255. Ernie, what's going on? Ernie, you're up, sir.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, go ahead, Ernie. How are you? I'm fine.
Right. Last time I talked to you, you were also upset. I got scared. Anyway, I got this advertisement in the mail, and it's called The Ultimate Natural Pain Vanishing Secret. And they're asking me...
What does it do?
Well, it's supposed to cure arthritis and a myriad of things.
Yeah.
And you can order it by using your credit card. And they're saying they're giving you 1 year to return it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for you. But what I'm saying to you,
don't do it.
I listen to you guys a little bit.
Ernie, don't do it. Ernie, don't do it.
All right.
I tell you what, I got a bottled water, this Kirkland purified water over here. Cure anything. Seriously, Ernie,
Mark,
don't do it.
Ernie's looking for help. He just wants to pay for it safely.
How much
online.
is it, Ernie? How much is it?
It's $140 because it's half if you get it today.
Ernie, if you get it today before Friday. Ernie, okay, I'll tell you what. Here's what you do. Okay, and I'm being dead serious. If you order it today, it's $149 for the year, right?
It's a pamphlet. It's not any kind of pills or anything.
No. Look, Ernie, when does the price go up?
After Friday.
Okay, so let's do this. Wait till Monday and call up and see if you can get it for the same price. And if you can get it for the same price, will you then realize it's a bunch of hogwash?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do that and check back in with me Monday, brother.
And the problem is you give that credit card.
Oh, there's a million problems.
For the year, and then they're going to charge you again. It's a bad...
Yeah, you could also be signing a long-term contract on this crap. And I got to tell you, if they ship it, they have a tracking number, they have anything like that, and you contest your credit card, there's a heck of a chance you're not going to get anything back. You're going to lose the contest.
Oh, I thought if you use your credit card, it's safe.
Not if they actually send you some snake oil. I mean, it could be anything. If it doesn't work, it's not going to matter. You probably got to go through so many hoops to get your money back. Ernie, just don't touch it. Now, have you tried other stuff, though? What is the main problem you suffer from? I'm curious.
Well, I got shoulder. First started out on my knee, went up to my shoulder. I got... rotator cuff, and now I'm trying to transfer it to the other side.
You know what I would do?
Mark, I'm 80. I know. I got an appointment to go to this seminar Saturday.
The stem cell one.
Right.
Ernie, I really want you to call back after you go to it and let me know how it went. Honest to God, I really want to know. We send so many people to it, and I don't seem to get a lot of feedback on it. I mean, Tom loves this. His shoulder feels better since he's been doing the stem cell therapy and everything else. But I would love for you to call back in after, I'm not talking after treatment, but after the seminar, and tell me what it's all about.
Yeah, and one thing I'm concerned with on that is price.
Well, I don't know what the price is, but you're right, because it's not covered by any insurance, I know.
Exactly. You see, I'm on fixed income.
Yeah, but once again, though, it's a free seminar. You're going to figure out what it costs and whether it's worth it. Or whether you can afford it.
Yeah, I'm going to go, and I'll let you know what the...
You sound like a young 82.
All right.
Ernie, thank you for calling.
I think he's got your number.
713-8255. Oh, man, I got one line open. Rick, I'm so sorry. You dropped your watch off at Matthews Fine Watches, correct?
Yeah, Matthew's questionable watches to me at this point.
So they were gonna fix it originally. How much was the first quote you got? Give me a dollar amount.
Okay, $75. I okayed it. They were going to reset a hand and put a new battery.
Then they call back and say, hey, it also needs this, this, and this, right?
They needed a seal because it wouldn't pass the seal test. Now these are the
waterproof
test. Now these watches are 660-foot watches.
Got it.
There's a
I got it. So it's fine. Yeah. So they said it needed a seal. How much more from the 75?
$40, and I said fine.
Well, yeah, that sounds like a deal. So now you're into them for $115. Now what?
Yep. So I called them back and I questioned. It's like, wait a minute, you pulled the bezel apart and everything like that. If you knew you were going to pull it apart, why didn't you just put that seal in as part of the original quote? I would have been fine with it.
Are you saying when that, well, hold on a second, because I don't understand this watch, but are you saying once that seal's broken, does the manufacturer say you have to replace it?
That I'm not sure, but what I'm saying is that even though it's a low end of the high-end watches, it's kind of an expensive watch. You said when you pulled it apart, you would go ahead and reseal it and have it as part of the deal.
So what? I guess I don't understand what your issue is.
Well, my issue is when I questioned it, I was getting upset with the guy, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Fix the watch, I approve it, and I hung up.
But Rick, hold on a second. What you were actually approving, you were arguing, why not just sell me the seal for the $5? Why an additional $40? Is that kind of what your argument was? Because it was already open?
No, but I already approved them to go ahead and fix it for the $40.
Got it.
Now
they probably didn't know it needed a new seal till they put it back together and tested it.
Okay,
but go ahead, Rick. What happened?
With a high-end watch, you'd think that they would want to go ahead and do the seals anyways.
Well, I don't know, but okay, keep going.
I get it. So I said, okay, fix it. I said, I'm not happy with it, but go ahead and fix it. I need it done. Fix it. So I hung up. He calls me back. He says, you know what? You hung up on me. I don't like your attitude. I'm not going to fix nothing. You can come pick up your watch.
Whoa!
Yeah, so now I've got a watch sitting down there that I don't know what they've done to it, what they haven't. I don't know. I haven't been there.
Okay, well, I mean, okay. You know what? I've heard of these people out there called hotheads. I can generally detect them from a distance, but I got to tell you, you're probably a hothead. And the watch company, whoever owns this watch company, so this should be an easy one, to be quite frank. Let me put you on hold. Let's reach out to these guys. Suzanne, are you reaching out to the watch company? She's on with somebody. Let's do this. Hold on. You hold on. And Desmond, hold on. He's got a problem with the moving company. We do have one line open, 303-713-8255. I think we're going to get this watch company on, but let's see. Let's see if I can't negotiate. Two hotheads. I mean, Dan, there's hotheads out there, right?
There's a couple scared people.
All right.
Mark,
yes.
I just spoke to Kevin Nigel.
Oh, Mr. Nigel, will he come on and talk?
He wants to speak with you before he comes on the air, but he had somebody call him and threaten to shoot him, somebody calling him names.
Well, did he say anything about the $17,000 that he stole? So basically, did he claim he's going to do bankruptcy again?
Nope.
Okay, well, you know what? Tell Mr. Nigel I'll be happy to call him. And people, if you do call Kevin Nigel, it's 719-369-1814. Be kind. There's no threats. There's nothing. Don't do that because it doesn't help the show. What does help the show is you ask, when are you going to pay this guy's money back? And you let all your neighbors know. You let everybody in his industry know not to use him because he steals money, in my opinion. Say he steals money, in Mark's opinion, my opinion, whatever you want to do. But I'll be happy to talk to Mr. Nigel. Pro Auto Care, I love these guys. Al Aramis, he's got two shops, and I got to tell you, he runs them. He runs a tight ship over there. He will inspect your car. Tom calls him the car nanny. I do, too, because when your oil change is due, he'll send you an email. When your tire rotation is due, he'll send you an email. But on top of that, he does everything the dealerships do, and you'll save a ton of money. It doesn't break warranties. It's Pro Auto Care. In fact, make an appointment right now. He's going to kill me for this. Can I just make up a great price? Suzanne, is Al going to get upset if I just give out a special?
Oh, he's usually fine.
Okay, text him what I'm telling because it's going to be, this is it. You've got to call and make the appointment today. Make sure you tell Al. So even if you can't get down there today, you have to make the appointment today. But how about a full oil change with the synthetic oil, not the cheap stuff, Suzanne? Tell him. The semi-synthetic oil, a full oil change, and new wiper blades. New wiper blades, a tire rotate, he's going to kill me. A tire rotate, new wiper blades.
Tires?
In a synthetic, no, of course not. In a synthetic oil, semi-synthetic oil change. $24.95, but they got to call today. 303-PRO-AUTO, 303-PRO-AUTO. Call and do it today. Make sure you get that text to Al right now. So you're going to get the wiper blades, you're going to get the semi-synthetic oil change, and you're going to get a tire rotation. Of course, they'll do an inspection for you. 303-PRO-AUTO. Text them right now, and hopefully I don't get hell. 303-PRO-AUTO, 303-PRO-AUTO, or 303PROAUTO.com.
This report brought to you by Staples. Let's start off with the good news. Just getting word from CDOT that crash out east on eastbound I-7.
Don't do that. So send Daphne in there because you want to talk to the watch company if we can get them also, right? You want to get them both on. The watch company.
Oh, yeah. See if you can get one. Just see what.
That's what I just sent Daphne in there.
Just say, you heard the story.
Yep.
Colorado and Alameda. They crashed Florida near Colorado as well.
Oh, were you trying to call him Nigel during break? No. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, who?
6 right now, cloudy and 76. With your traffic at West and peak west. 15 seconds. Hey, Hal.
Hey, I'm Lady Gaga, and I'm proud to announce that I'm teaming up with Staples for Students. They're donating $2 million to donorschoose.org and Mormons Way Foundation.
Plumline in 5.
Create a more positive experience. Learn more at staplesforstudents.org.
All right, Plumline, these guys have the best specials out there. I'm going to give you a few, so it doesn't really matter. Whatever you need, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, they do it. How about this? 93 or it's free for drains. What does that mean? You've got a clogged drain. They're going to come out there. They are going to unclog that drain for $93. That's everything. That includes the trip charge, everything else. Let's say they can't do it for $93 because a tree trunk or something went through it or a branch. They're going to send the camera down there. They're going to find out exactly what's going on with it. They'll give you a quote. If you don't do it, you don't owe them a nickel. 93 or it's free on drain cleaning. The second thing, and I love this even more, find fixer-free electrical problems, $149. Has there been a certain outlet or a certain thing in your house that's electrical, hasn't been working for a while? They'll come out, they'll fix the entire thing for $149. Once again, if they can't do it, let's say your whole panel went out, and of course they can't do that for $149. They'll give you a quote. They won't charge you a nickel for coming out and doing it. You're going to get a licensed, bonded, and insured electrician to your house, and if they can fix it for $149, that's all you pay. If they can't, you got a free quote, and you know what you're facing. You got to give Plumline a call. They've got great specials. 303-562-0439, 303-562-0439. That's Plumline Services, 303-562-0439.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the Internet's most beloved.
I just got another call, somebody threatening to kill me. Oh, whatever. So, anyway, I just told them to hold through the break.
So you took off, Mark.
Oh, shit. Well, that's entirely up to you.
Rocky's the last one.
And hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption. Start a story. Adopt a shelter rescue pet.
Since Kevin called and is on hold.
Hold on.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
You know, some spots are just fun to do, and one of them is Rocky's Autos. I just love saying it, and you know what I love more than that is their selection of cars, their selection of lenders. If you're buying a used car, you have to put Rocky's on the list. And it's simple. You drive to 63rd and Federal. You can also check out their inventory at RockiesAutos.com. But I got to tell you, if you're looking for a used car, you get in your car, you check out all the other places you want to, get on Craigslist, do whatever you want, but you head down to 63rd and Federal, and I bet you leave with a beautiful late model car. Like I said, 40 lenders to choose from. You got great credit. You're going to get a great interest rate. If your credit's not so good, they'll find the best lender for you. They got the best pricing. They're not a high-pressure dealership. They'll give you the best trade-in values. You get a Carfax with every car. The list goes on and on and on. They've been around forever, locally owned and operated. You got to go down to 63rd and Federal. You can give them a call if you want, but I'm telling you, get down there and check out their inventory. 303-426-4646 or RockiesAutos.com.
Sean Hannity lives here. Really, he lives here. He's got a cot in the back. Just ask him.
Oh, you want to come back to my place for a cup of coffee?
This afternoon at 1.
This is my mom, and this is my dad.
6:30, KHOW.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. Let me hit Desmond real quick. Desmond, listen, we're going to call this watch company off the air because we just had someone call in. Get all of Oh, I'm sorry.
You got the wrong one. Just go to 6, Mark.
Okay.
Desmond's a new call.
All right. Desmond, hold tight. Kevin Nigel's on the line. By the way, he's with A-Quality Roof and Remodeling. He's the one that took $17,000. What was the caller's name, by the way?
Mr. Josh.
Mr. Josh called up. $17,000 he gives this guy.
Mark.
Yep, for 2 spray paint X's or whatever. Then what happened is he decided he'd go ahead and start paying him back after we got involved. He made 2 payments of $1,500.
That's right.
Then he calls up and he talks to Suzanne, and I heard you talking to him, Kevin, or her, last Friday, basically threatening bankruptcy and this and that and the other. When are you going to give this guy the money?
I didn't threaten bankruptcy.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. Suzanne will pull it right up because we recorded it, but go ahead.
I'm doing everything I can to pay him back. I never threatened bankruptcy.
Everything you can do. One of the things you said in that call is contractors are very slow right now. I don't know anybody in your business that's slow right now. Nobody.
Okay.
Okay, so when are you going to pay the guy back, Kevin? It's ridiculous. How do you, in good conscience, or any conscience, take $17,000 from Josh and paint 2 spray-painted freaking X's on his garage?
This is a two-sided thing, and you wanted the other side of the story. But
you know what, Kevin? Go ahead. Go ahead. I won't say one word. Go ahead.
Okay. I never threatened bankruptcy. I said I don't want to be put in a position. I want to pay these people back. I started paying these people back, and now I'm getting all these threatening phone calls because my phone number's been given out.
What did you do with the money, Kevin? What happened to the 17 grand?
They obviously they didn't tell you.
What happened to the 17 grand? Where is it? They gave you 17 grand.
Materials were bought, and I showed that in proof with a materials receipt. Where did they show you the materials receipt?
Kevin, what happened to the 17 grand? What'd you do with it?
Excuse me, did they show you the materials receipt?
Guys, do we have any materials receipt? Is there materials sitting out there, Kevin?
I've never heard that before.
Did they show you the materials receipt?
Kevin?
All you said, Kevin, was they breached the contract by canceling it, and the reason they canceled it is because 2 weeks after it was supposed to be done, all they had was spray paint marks.
Did they show you any of the letters or any of the receipts for the materials?
You haven't shown me any
Kevin,
receipts.
Send them. You've been in contact with us. Send them. This is a totally different story than you had last time. Last time you were going to refund all the $17,000. Then you decided to not do that.
It's one-sided. I understand.
Okay, you know what, Kevin? Go ahead. Listen. Go ahead and send us all that stuff, and I'll give you all the airtime you want tomorrow. All the airtime you want.
Thank you.
Yep, you got it. So make sure he has whatever number we have for the 50th time, and he can send over all the freaking make-believe receipts he's got. And then let's get that caller back up. And if there is receipts, let's find out why we didn't know, okay? But I'm telling you right now, I don't trust Kevin. Kevin, in my opinion, you suck. Honest to God, you took $17,000, then you call us Friday saying you can't make the payments anymore because it's so slow in Colorado and there's no work out there. It's the most ridiculous thing I heard. But you know what? We're going to find out tomorrow. Mark Trenner with Trenner Law. See how I transition that? Do you see that? I try. It's hard to transition sometimes. But if people need a trademark, a patent, or a patent search, more importantly,
right,
$500 for a patent search, right, and then you'll be able to tell whether or not. But you can bring them through the entire thing.
We can.
And then
all
trademarks.
The patent.
Trademarks. How about if they had a trademark done with somebody else, and that other person is either gone or wants too much money, can you do renewals?
Yeah, I can do renewals. I've done some of the renewals for yours.
Oh, yeah, but didn't we do them originally with you, or no? Some of them are so old, I have no idea.
Yeah, I do renewals.
All right, so you do renewals, you do patents, you do trademarks. What else?
We do copyrights, license agreements, advice startup companies, a lot of startup activity right now.
Like what? Give me an idea. What do you mean startup activity? Like they go out and create a new whatever?
Yeah, really just advising them on how to protect intellectual property through patent, through trademark, through copyright, through trade secret.
Initial consultation free.
We do all that.
All right, folks, listen, call Mark Turner if you have any questions. Mark, I appreciate you coming in. 720-221-3708. You can always find almost everybody we talk about, at least the good guys, at referrallist.com. But once again, Mark Turner, 720-221-3708. I appreciate you coming in today, and I appreciate you talking about those names.
Nothing is more important than your health. Hi, I'm Donnie, president of Fitness.
Oh, Kevin.
Did this guy have any receipts for anything?